want to be successful? Apply at amity.edu/scholarships.
चमकी चाट से क्या बना है?
आलू चाट या फ्रूट चाट,
स्वाद बनाए चमकी चाट।
क्या बात है? स्वादिष्ट पकोड़े और फरसान, अरे चमकी चाट है इसकी जान।
असली स्वाद सिर्फ चमकी चाट।
AU सेविंग्स अकाउंट में मिलते हैं अमेजिंग बेनिफिट्स, पेपरलेस बैंकिंग एंड हायर इंटरेस्ट, वो भी हर महीने।
मनी 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 एवरी मंथ।
सोच बदलो और बैंक भी।
आर प्योर शाही पनीर मसाला, डिलीशियस, हेल्दी, एवरीडे।
का ये जश्न है, जश्न का ये जश्न है।
राष्ट्रीय इलायची जश्न का जश्न।
प्यास बुझाए, ठंडक लाए, सबको भाए जीरा से। MTH का जलजीरा जीरा से।
जीरा से असली रिफ्रेशिंग, असली स्वाद, असली मजा।
MTH।
आर प्योर सूजी पास्ता, उबालो मिलाओ और खाओ,
8 मिनट में तैयार।
क्या टेस्ट है, सबका राजा आर प्योर मसाला।
I want to start with some very disturbing pictures that have come in of a so-called right-wing leader. His name is Sushil Prajapati. He's accused of rape. After being in jail for 9 months, he gets bail, which means he's still an accused. He's an accused in a rape case. And the case goes back to 2025 when he took an LLB student to one place on the pretext of introducing her to a senior advocate.
Co-powered by Crystal Crop Protection, देश का किसान, देश का हीरो।
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद, यही तो है इसकी खास बात। वाओ मामा, क्या स्वाद है? अरे मेरे राजा।
Join International Institute of Hotel Management. Call 983-10-50,000.
चमकी चाट से क्या बना है?
आलू चाट या फ्रूट चाट,
स्वाद बनाए चमकी चाट।
क्या बात है? स्वादिष्ट पकोड़े और फरसान, अरे चमकी चाट है इसकी जान।
असली स्वाद सिर्फ चमकी चाट।
रानी, इस घर में कुछ है जो टूटता नहीं।
ये पिलर कभी नहीं टूटेगा। रुंगटा स्टील TMT से बना।
रुंगटा नहीं तो घर स्ट्रॉन्ग नहीं। रुंगटा स्टील TMT बार एकदम सॉलिड।
आर प्योर शाही पनीर मसाला, डिलीशियस, हेल्दी, एवरीडे।
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे। केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
चमकी चाट से क्या बना है?
सैंडविच, लस्सी और छाछ।
हर घूंट में चमकी चाट। ड्राई फ्रूट और दही बड़े, चमकी चाट से स्वाद बढ़े।
असली स्वाद सिर्फ चमकी चाट।
आर प्योर सूजी पास्ता, उबालो मिलाओ और खाओ,
8 मिनट में तैयार।
क्या टेस्ट है, सबका राजा आर प्योर मसाला।
In fact, very often I believe the only way to get justice in India is a media trial. So there's no reason for the media, if it's doing a good job of a media trial, to be on the back foot. In fact, the courts should stop making these overarching remarks about media trial and contemplate about one very basic thing. With the greatest of respect to the courts, when the other institutions fail, when people get let down by the system, when even the judiciary does not seem to be listening or raising a noise about issues, like in the case of Twisha Sharma, who does the public look to for justice, for raising their voice, for bringing something that's utterly false?
Delhi Gymkhana scam.
curtains on British Raj relic. End of the old Lutyens elite. Debating tonight at 8 p.m.
Presenting by Zoho Business Software, trusted by 15 crore users. Co-powered by IIHM International Institute of Hotel Management.
From Asia's largest news headquarters, setting the agenda for Bharat. You're watching Republic.
Thank you for joining us here on Republic TV, ladies and gentlemen. And we've been talking about the Gymkhana Club on the show this evening on This Is Exclusive. As we get you details of the 102-page audit report now, everybody's talking about the Gymkhana Club. Everybody's outraging about the Gymkhana Club. Essentially, people who are outraging are upset because maybe somewhere they have direct stakes. Maybe they're club members, perhaps. We don't know. But we here at Republic are getting you the details of not just the outrage over Gymkhana Club, but the reality about why there is a problem with the Gymkhana Club. National security threat, the different scams, and the super sweet deal that they almost got away with over the last few years and decades. And to top it, we also have a 102-page report that we've accessed. The details of the scam over the years. That and more coming up on This Is Exclusive. Here are the headlines. It's the big Delhi Gymkhana scam. We'll tell you how the property for 27 acres, the property rent for 27 acres was only 1,000 rupees a month. And how this club got away with everything, including a 47 crore pending due. Top sources say that after the Gymkhana Club, it could be the Race Course Club next, the Delhi Race Club next. CBI flags the police negligence in the Twisha case. CBI upset with the case diaries being almost incomplete. CBI pulls up the police in Twisha case, confirming what we've been saying, how they try to botch up, how they try to cover up the death of Twisha. Mira Road is a part of Mumbai, and there are clashes in Mumbai over Bakrid sacrifice. Huge drama today. We'll tell you all about it. And Republic told you there would be no change in guard in Karnataka. We told you there is no change in the Karnataka Chief Minister. Republic gets it spot on once again, confirming that when it's politics, it is spot on Republic. Ladies and gentlemen, some people say that it's the last bastion of the Lutyens elite, a Raj relic. The Delhi Gymkhana Club could be in its last days. We've accessed the government letter that was written on the 22nd of May, asks for the Delhi Gymkhana Club to be handed over by the 6th of June. But that's not happening because as of now, the court which intervened this morning has given 8 weeks' time to all sides to file their response. Now, what is this Delhi Gymkhana Club and why is this Delhi Gymkhana Club important? You may ask, wherever you're watching this broadcast from, if you're sitting in Delhi, if you're sitting in Bengaluru, if you're sitting in Mumbai, Chennai, Hyderabad, it is a 23-acre club where there are who's who of Delhi, Lutyens Delhi. So you're talking about the most powerful judges, most powerful officers, most powerful bureaucrats, most powerful who's who Lutyens elite, and they're sitting on this 23 acres of land right next to the Prime Minister's residence. The Prime Minister of India shares a boundary with this club. Now let me show you how critical it is. Let's show you. Here it is. The national security threat that this club is. The Delhi Gymkhana Club. Take a look at this. If you can zoom in to this, the Delhi Gymkhana Club, this is the Delhi Gymkhana Club, and that's 23 acres of prime land. 23 acres of prime land in the heart of the national capital. And it is right next to the Prime Minister's residence. In fact, by some accounts, smaller. This club is bigger than the Prime Minister's residence. The Prime Minister's residence itself could be much smaller, right? And let's show you. This is the Prime Minister's residence. Look at the size of the Prime Minister's residence. And look at the size of the Delhi Gymkhana Club. It is smaller. The Prime Minister's residence, Lok Kalyan Marg, is much smaller than the Delhi Gymkhana Club. And let's show you the comparative sizes and why it's critical. So it is on its left. It's got the Prime Minister's residence, and right below the club, you have an Air Force station. Air Force station at the bottom, Prime Minister's residence to the left. And let's show you another key location right next to the Gymkhana Club. This is the Safdarjung Airport. Now, it is a very critical location. And when you look at the race course, this is the race course, of course, which the government says could be next on the scanner. If you can come to me here on the wall in studios, let me show you where the race course is and why the race course becomes important. This is the race course, and the government, we just heard today that the Delhi Race Club could be next after the Delhi Gymkhana Club. Now, what is the government saying? The government is saying these are very, very critical security establishments. We have strategic importance here for asking for you to hand over the premises, and that is why we need to look at it. But that is not the only issue with the Delhi Gymkhana Club. There are many underlying issues, and I have someone joining us on the show, the Delhi whistleblower. The whistleblower is joining us live. Her name is Niji Sapra. Niji Sapra, are you there? Can you hear me?
I can.
Yeah, hi. So, there seems to be a problem. Yeah, hi. Can you hear me, Ms. Sapra?
Yes, absolutely I can hear you. Please carry on.
Yeah, thank you for joining us. So tell us, what is the problem at Delhi Gymkhana? Because over the years, they've been, enjoying this sweet deal, right? Paying 1,000 rupee rent for 27 acres of prime property, misappropriation, siphoning of funds, all have been flagged in the last few years, right? Something's not right about what is going on there. And you have been there, you're the whistleblower in this case. What can you tell us about what is going wrong? Is it the administration, people running it? Or is it the system there of just protecting the Delhi Lutyens elite?
Okay. Thank you, Niranjan, for having me on the show. I just want to mention here that I've been a 3-time elected board member from the period from 2014 to 2017. So I've been privy to the mismanagement and the irregularities going on in the club. The club members themselves got together in several letters to the committees of that time to hold transparency, to hold meetings, to hold the accounts, but they did not listen. And therefore, a few members, they reported to the Ministry of Corporate Affairs. The Ministry of Corporate Affairs ordered an inspection. And after that inspection came about the NCLT and the NCLT cases, which the government won, and the government is there. But that is the background. But to name the corruption and other things, it's a 113-year-old club, and the corruption would have been going on for several years. But as I was board member between 2014 to 17, I'd like to mention that there are two factions there. The club is divided for elections. One is a faction that wants to do the right things, who went to the MCA, who went to the ministry, and that is why the government is sitting there. The other faction is the one that fights elections, funds, memberships out of turn. They have scant regard for the law. They are the so-called elite. There are no elite. The common members are army officers. I'm from an army family. There are retired people. They are not elite. The elite people is this faction who can give out-of-turn memberships, who can play around with the funds. If you have power vested for 5,600 people of 27-acre property in the heart of Lutyens, as well as hundreds of crores to play around, that is what I call elite and abuse of power, abuse of money, abuse of funds of their own co-brothers. Nobody else. It is the members' money that they are misusing. So to name a few, there's Prashant Shukl, who personally targeted me. He had the audacity as a board member to suspend me. He had the audacity to harass and torture me, as well as his cronies. I want to name a few: Brigadier Sapru, Urmila, Mandeep. And you can see the committees from 15 to 17. They have no regard for women. They have no regard for women in boardrooms. They can go to any extent to torture and mentally harass anyone. They have ensured to finish my career in the Delhi Gymkhana Club. They have forced me to live a retired life. I am now a wellness and yoga guru. I run my own company for mental and physical health. That is how, the extent that these people can go to torture and harass a woman.
There is also this report, right? I mean, there have been reported security breaches. Can you confirm this? Because I've been told that at least twice, I don't know whether we have that graphic or we have a letter that was written by the police. Yes, look at this. This is the letter. This letter flags how antisocial elements carried out drone activity in prohibited areas endangering the security of the Prime Minister of India. Drone activity in prohibited area endangering the security of the Honorable Prime Minister of India, unauthorized Tiranga Yatra flouting the law of the directions, etc., etc. Now, how is it that they got away with almost anything?
That power corrupts, right? It is the same for anybody holding power as well as having access to a lot of funds and property. Human beings are the same everywhere. So when they've been gone unchecked by the auditors, by everybody seems to be hand in glove here. And if I had an independent voice and refused to be sort of bullied around or refused to fall in for the corruption, so you see what happens to me then. It has been 9 years I have been sitting outside the club. I have even appealed to the present committee that has been appointed by the MCA. I've gone to all the officers of the MCA and said, you should be garlanding me because you're sitting there because of me. But nobody heard me. So now you can see the system. I have been to the Chanakyapuri police station. I have been to the economic offences wing. I have been to the MCA authorities. I have my case in the courts and I have not got relief for 9 years. Do you see the pattern here? And today they have got some interim relief, some sort of a stay in 1 day. So if this is not elite, what is elite? And a poor woman, who I'm a senior citizen, a widow from an army family, I cannot get relief when I am a whistleblower for 9 years. Even the courts, I have great respect for the judiciary. I believe in the legal system. I have not gone to the media before this ever to tell my story. But I would say that all the obstacles and the delays, they do cause injustice. I want to say that. And I want to correct you. I'm not a whistleblower or anything like that. I am a board member of the club doing my fiduciary duty. That is what directors are appointed for. That is what women in power are for. Not to clean up corruption, but just to report irregularities. So I'm not a whistleblower. I'm just somebody doing my duty. Do you see the difference here?
Yeah, so I'll just correct that. So you're a board member. You were a board member at the Delhi Gymkhana Club. Now, this is such a sweet deal, isn't it? Because you know they've been paying a rent of about 1,000 rupees. They have dues, meanwhile, of 47 crore, which they claim they can't pay or haven't paid yet, in a land which is 27 acres in size, bigger than the Prime Minister's residence, bigger than the Air Force Station. This is critical land because when you speak about Suraksha Kavach and strengthening our security in critical installations, this particular piece of land becomes extremely important. Now, on that front, let me ask you a question. The books show that there has been losses, there has been negative earnings, etc. What is the truth? Because they had a very sweet deal from the government. They had all this money coming in. Where did the money go?
Well, it is not unnatural to have a perpetual lease for a 113-year-old company. It's not unnatural. There may be many buildings like that. The question here is that have they run the club in accordance with the Articles of Association? Have they run it without financial irregularities and mismanagement? If they would have worked with the government hand in hand, done the sporting activities as per the articles of association, and not targeted people like me on the board who are doing their duty, right? And if the system hadn't failed me, this situation would not have come about. Not even the members stood up for me. Not even the members supported me for my court case. I am fighting this alone. There were just few members of the good faction of the club, like one ex-president, a few colonels, and everybody who helped me and saw me through the court case till today. Otherwise, these people wouldn't have minded. They're just waiting for me to die without getting any justice. So what point I'm trying to make here is the problem is not the sweet deal. If they have a perpetual lease, so be it. But if they would have worked in accordance with their articles, if they would have worked with the government, if they would have improved the sporting facilities, not given memberships out of turn, not targeted women. I am an educated woman who is a boardroom, breaking boardroom ceilings right next to the Prime Minister's house of a private limited company called Gymkhana Club. If I'm not safe there, and by the way, there was not even a POSCO or a sexual harassment committee while I was there. These people have spared no stone in targeting me, harassing me, torturing me. Everything is recorded in my plaint with the Delhi High Court. I am waiting for justice. I am waiting for compensation. And these perpetrators of harassment, sexual or otherwise, should be behind bars.
Okay, one last question to you. There are reports that, in many cases, the Delhi Gymkhana Club faced at least 100 cases that were raked up. We are told that they were finding it difficult to even find judges because most of the judges in either the Supreme Court or the High Court were members of the Gymkhana Club. Because you were a board member, was this a problem as well of representation, given the kind of people who are members there?
Well, see, it's a very convenient conflict of interest, right? Gaurav Librahan was the legal counsel when I was terminated. He jolly well knew it was an immoral, illegal and arbitrary termination because Prashant Sukul has no right to sign such a letter. The authorized representative by the board is the secretary. The secretary had refused to sign the letter. I suppose he was terminated for the same thing. So when there's a conflict of interest, it's conveniently hidden. I have been to court and missed almost several dates because of the honorable judges recusing. Like I said, my fight is not against the judiciary. I have not gone to the media for a media trial or anything like that. But it does raise a lot of questions as to why behind technicalities, hyper-technicalities, procedural delays, why all the cases against Gymkhana Club are not being attended to. There should be a fast-track court for these 100 cases. Why has there not been any inquiry here? Any small case we have, it is being heard and it is being decided. Why my case is not being decided? Why the Gymkhana Club? Maybe powerful people are stalling it. I don't know what is behind it. I myself am looking for justice for the last 9 years. And by the way, fraud is to the extent has been perpetrated on me. They have my deposits. The deposit that I gave for membership. I became a member after 30 years of waiting. My husband died waiting for his application. I waited for 30 years and that is why I decided to contest the elections. And this is how they have treated me. They even are sitting on my deposits, my subscriptions. So maybe the club owes me 7.5, 10 lakhs, who knows? They had hiked the rates also for that. So I don't know how many lakhs they owe me. They're sitting on that also. While I cannot get interim relief, nobody is seeing this. I mean, the system is failing women on every front. Not just one. I have been to the President Malay Sinha, the President Committee. I have been to Ashish Verma. I have been to all of them with the ex-president who made a case for me and said that, look, she has only done her duty as a board member. Why is she being targeted? She should be welcomed back to the club. But no one is listening to a hapless widow because they want you to burn out all your money, your time, your effort in the courts and simply perish. How convenient is that? That is what the DNA of the club is.
Yeah, no, it's a problematic issue and there are so many layers to this Delhi Gymkhana scam. Niji Sapra, thank you for speaking to us. Looking forward to talking to you again. Let's see where the story goes because there is 8 weeks of time that has been given by the High Court. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm quickly switching tracks on This Is Exclusive to the story that we've been tracking for the last 2 weeks, the Trisha death mystery. The CBI team is in Bhopal. The CBI team has reached Bhopal and there seems to be major loopholes in the investigation. The CBI team feels, and that's the breaking news update, CBI team has pulled up the Bhopal police and the investigating officer. The IO has been pulled up because the case diary was incomplete. Those are pictures, by the way, of Samarth in AIMS. He's been taken there for a medical checkup. Even the CBI feels that there is a lot of loopholes, a lot of inconsistencies. They believe that the case diary was incomplete. They've pulled up the Bhopal police, asking for them to complete the case diary and give it to them by this evening, which confirms that perhaps the investigation was botched up, like we said earlier. Let me go across to Satya Vijay joining us on the broadcast. Satya Vijay got those details. He's live along with Shambhavi in Bhopal. Satya Vijay, what kind of lapses? Satya Vijay, what kind of lapses? केस डायरी वॉज इनकम्प्लीट. अगर केस डायरी इनकम्प्लीट होता है तो उसका समझ क्या है?
जी हाँ, बिल्कुल. देखिए, ट्विसा शर्मा संदिग्ध सुसाइड मामले में कल सीबीआई ने केस जो है रजिस्टर्ड कर लिया था और कल ही सीबीआई की टीम जो है भोपाल पहुंच चुकी थी. इसके बाद आज सुबह से सीबीआई ने वर्किंग भी शुरू की. लेकिन सबसे पहले जो कई कमियां तो भोपाल पुलिस की उजागर हुई हैं. सबसे बड़ी बात यह है कि यहाँ पर जो कटारल थाना प्रभारी है सुनील दुबे, उनको आते ही सीबीआई ने फटकार लगाई, क्योंकि जब उन्हें सुबह केस डायरी के साथ बुलाया तो वो डायरी इनकम्प्लीट थी. कोई सीक्वेंस नहीं था डायरी में. मतलब जिस दिन घटना हुई उस दिन से लेकर अब तक का सीक्वेंस बिल्कुल नहीं था. इसी चीज को लेकर नाराजगी सीबीआई ने जताई और उन्हें फटकार लगाते हुए कमिश्नर से भी मुलाकात की. इसके अलावा ये भी कहा गया है लोकल पुलिस को, एसआईटी को, कि इस केस डायरी को जिसे कि टेक ओवर करना है ऑफिशियली. देखिए, सीबीआई किसी भी केस में जब सुप्रीम कोर्ट के निर्देश हैं तो वो इन्वेस्टिगेशन शुरू कर सकती है, लेकिन ऑफिशियली केस डायरी टेक ओवर करना जरूरी होता है. और इसीलिए अब देखिए, ये कटारल थाना है. अब से कुछ देर पहले यहाँ से समर्थ को मेडिकल के लिए एम्स अस्पताल ले जाया गया. मेडिकल चेकअप के बाद वापस उसे यहाँ पर लाया गया. और एसीपी जो हैं, जो एसआईटी चीफ हैं, उनकी गाड़ी आप देख सकते हैं. ये तमाम जितने पुलिस के अफसर अंदर हैं, इंक्लूडिंग एसीपी रजनीश कश्यप, ये अब जल्दी इस केस डायरी को कंप्लीट करने की कोशिश में कर रहे हैं, क्योंकि इन्हें रात तक की मोहलत दी गई है. कहा है कि जल्दी इस केस डायरी को सीक्वेंस के साथ पूरा कंप्लीट करें, जिससे कि सीबीआई केस टेक ओवर करे. रही बात दूसरी की, समर्थ से हमने फिर एक बार कन्फ्रंट करने की कोशिश की. जब उसे एम्स लाए तो उससे पूछा कि आखिर उसने क्यों ये घटनाक्रम हुई, कैसे हुई, क्या इसमें हत्या का एंगल है, क्या. हमने सीधे सवाल किया कि क्यों तुषा को मारा. इस पर समर्थ सिंह ने पहले दिन से, जब से वो अरेस्ट हुआ है उस दिन से अब तक समर्थ ने अपना मुंह नहीं खोला है. लेकिन कई लूपहोल्स हैं भोपाल पुलिस के, जिसकी वजह से भोपाल पुलिस कटघरे में है. सबसे पहली बात, 12 तारीख को जब ये घटना हुई उसके बाद एफआईआर में देरी की गई. इसके बाद जो फर्स्ट पीएम हुआ उसमें जो फांसी वाला बेल्ट है वो पोस्टमार्टम के समय नहीं भेजा गया. सेकंड पीएम होता है जिसमें दिल्ली एम्स की टीम आती है, और ताज्जुब की बात है कि पहले पीएम में जो चूक हुई उससे भोपाल पुलिस ने सबक नहीं लिया. सेकंड पीएम के दौरान भी वो बेल्ट जिससे फांसी लगाई वो डॉक्टर्स को नहीं दिखाया गया. तर्क दिया गया कि वो जो बेल्ट है वो फॉरेंसिक टीम के पास जब्त है, मंगवाना पड़ेगा. तो कोई सबक नहीं ले रही है भोपाल पुलिस, और शायद इसी वजह से ये केस इतना पेचीदा होता जा रहा है. इतने सवाल खड़े हो रहे हैं कि मध्य प्रदेश के मुख्यमंत्री के अनुशंसा पर सीबीआई को अब ये केस जांच जो है करना पड़ रही है.
Those inputs, Satya Vijay. So CBI also finding lapses and loopholes in the investigation done by the police so far. Imagine if the case diary itself is incomplete, has critical aspects missing, tells you that something is really wrong in the way the investigation was conducted, only confirming our worst fears in the Twisha investigation. Taking a short break. Headlines continue. Stay tuned.
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद, यही तो है इसकी खास बात. वाओ मम्मा, क्या स्वाद है. अरे मेरे राजा,
Amity University has one of India's largest merit scholarship programs for brilliant students. Over 9,000 students with 90% plus in their 12th boards are currently at Amity, benefiting from the culture of academic excellence and focus on research and innovation. To be with like-minded students who want to be successful, apply at amity.edu/scholarships.
चमकी चाट से क्या बना है?
सैंडविच, लस्सी और छाछ.
हर घूंट में चमकी चाट. अब बताओ, स्वाद आया?
असली स्वाद सिर्फ चमकी चाट.
Correct. The taste of success.
Our pure Shahi Paneer Masala. Delicious, healthy, every day.
AU करंट अकाउंट के साथ मिलता है फ्री UPI QR ओवरड्राफ्ट फैसिलिटी और एक ही ऐप से बैंक के सारे काम। AU
सोच बदलो और बैंक भी। प्यास बुझाए ठंडक लाए सबको भाई जीरा से MTH का जलजीरा जीरा से।
जीरा से असली रिफ्रेशिंग, असली स्वाद, असली मजा।
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे। केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
आर प्योर सूजी पास्ता उबालो मिलाओ और खाओ 8 मिनट में तैयार। क्या टेस्ट है सबका राजा आर प्योर मसाला।
चमकी चाट से क्या बना है?
सैंडविच लस्सी और छाछ और
हर घूंट में चमकी चाट। ड्राई फ्रूट और दही बड़े।
चमकी चाट से स्वाद बढ़े।
असली स्वाद सिर्फ चंकी चाट।
I want to start with some very disturbing pictures that have come in of a so-called right-wing leader. His name is Sushil Prajapati. He is accused of rape. After being in jail for 9 months, he gets bail, which means he's still an accused. He's an accused in a rape case. And the case goes back to 2025 when he took an LLB student to one place on the pretext of introducing her to a senior advocate. He drugged her drink and then he sexually assaulted her. He is still under trial for rape. He has not been released. But when he comes out, this rape accused, garlands are put on him as if he's some kind of a hero, as if he's achieved something great. Is a rapist to be celebrated, ladies and gentlemen? I ask you that question.
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद यही तो है इसकी खास बात। वाओ मामा क्या स्वाद है। अरे मेरे राजा।
Join International Institute of Hotel Management. Call 983-10-50,000.
प्यास बुझाए ठंडक लाए सबको भाई जीरा से MTH का जलजीरा जीरा से।
जीरा से असली रिफ्रेशिंग, असली स्वाद, असली मजा।
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे। केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
Our pure Shahi Paneer Masala. Delicious, healthy, every day.
AU सेविंग्स अकाउंट में मिलते हैं अमेजिंग बेनिफिट्स, पेपरलेस बैंकिंग एंड हायर इंटरेस्ट, वो भी हर महीने।
मनी 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 एवरी मंथ।
सोच बदलो और बैंक भी।
चमकी चाट से क्या बना है?
आलू चाट या फ्रूट चाट।
स्वाद बढ़ाए चमकी चाट।
क्या बात है। स्वादिष्ट पकोड़े और फरसान, अरे चंकी चाट है इसकी जान।
असली स्वाद सिर्फ चंकी चाट।
Correct. The taste of success.
आर प्योर सूजी पास्ता उबालो मिलाओ और खाओ 8 मिनट में तैयार। क्या टेस्ट है सबका राजा आर प्योर मसाला।
In fact, very often I believe the only way to get justice in India is a media trial. So there's no reason for the media, if it's doing a good job of a media trial, to be on the back foot. In fact, the courts should stop making these overarching remarks about media trial and contemplate about one very basic thing. With the greatest of respect to the courts, when the other institutions fail, when people get let down by the system, when even the judiciary does not seem to be listening or raising a noise about issues, like in the case of Twisha Sharma. Who does the public look to for justice, for raising their voice, for bringing something that's utterly false, illegal or wrong to public attention? It is only and only the media. And today, therefore, we are doing a media trial in this specific case, ladies and gentlemen, of Twisha Sharma, the 33-year-old daughter-in-law of an ex-judge, in a case where the ex-judge and the ex-judge's advocate's son appear to be more than involved. Ladies and gentlemen, 15 questions tonight. And if they think it's a media trial, so be it. So be it. Why did the ex-judge in the case of Twisha Sharma
reports on the Delhi Gymkhana scam? The centre refuses to budge on the eviction. High Court issues notice. Government prepares to take over Delhi race course land as well now. That's next to the Air Force Station in Lutyens, Delhi. As CBI takes over investigation in Twisha Sharma's death case, points to an incomplete case diary, lapses that Republic TV has been exposing also now being flagged. We see how CBI is unhappy and has expressed displeasure on the lapses by Bhopal police. Clashes erupt in Mumbai's Mira Road after shed for animal sacrifice demolished. Heavy police deployed. The goats for sacrifice have now been removed by the municipal corporation. Congress rules out leadership change in Karnataka, says entire discussion today in the meeting was focused on Rajya Sabha elections. All right, viewers, the Twisha Sharma case has entered an important phase as the CBI formally takes over the investigation. Today, it reached the house of Giribala Singh and conducted a probe in that residence. In fact, CBI today has also, as per sources, expressed displeasure to Bhopal police for an incomplete case diary as well. Republic TV, remember, has been pointing out the multiple lapses, viewers, and also has brought to the focus the role of Bhopal police, which today the CBI, as per sources, is very, very unhappy with and has flagged the negligence on part of the local police. Republic's investigation uncovered also that the belt, which is one of the key evidence, which could be the key evidence, the alleged suicide case, as it's made out to be, the alleged case and the alleged evidence, the so-called evidence of the belt, has also not been produced for the examination in the second autopsy. So the belt is again missing, the autopsy that has been conducted by the AIMS team. And viewers, what all happened throughout the day, we'll get you more on that.
The CBI has officially begun its investigation into the Twisha Sharma death case and has reached Bhopal to take charge of the probe. Investigators have started collecting documents, examining evidence, and mapping the sequence of events leading to Twisha's death. The agency has re-registered the FIR and will investigate allegations of dowry harassment, cruelty, and suspicious circumstances surrounding the death. Call records, electronic devices, and financial transactions are now under the scanner. Republic's investigation has now raised serious questions over the alleged ligature belt linked to Twisha's death. Even the AIMS team conducting the second autopsy was not shown the belt allegedly used in the hanging. What is in the belt? Why wasn't it shown? Police reportedly informed doctors that the belt was with the forensic laboratory, prompting fresh questions over evidence handling.
समर्थ सिंह को लेकर एसआईटी की जो टीम है वो समर्थ के घर पे पहुंच रही है। एसआईटी की टीम यहां पर जो है स्पॉट विजिट या फिर आप कहें कि सीन रिक्रिएशन जो है वो करने के लिए पहुंची है। इससे पहले जो एसआईटी की टीम ने 3:30 बजे से 8 बजे तक करीब 3.5 घंटे समर्थ से पूछताछ की और पूछताछ का देखिए ये समर्थ है और एसआईटी के जो मेंबर्स हैं वो साथ में हैं। अब यहाँ घर पे स्पॉट विजिट या जो कहते हैं सीन रिक्रिएट जो है वो पुलिस द्वारा किया जाएगा। ये तस्वीरें हम आपको दिखा रहे हैं समर्थ के घर की, जहां पर की एसआईटी की टीम जो है उन्हें लेकर पहुंची हो चुकी है। इसी घर में समर्थ सिंह को लेकर एसआईटी की जो टीम है वो समर्थ के घर पे पहुंच रही है। एसआईटी की टीम यहां पर जो है स्पॉट विजिट या फिर आप कहें कि सीन रिक्रिएशन जो है वो करने के लिए पहुंची है।
A day before the CBI takeover, investigators brought Samarth Singh back to the residence and recreated the sequence of events. The CBI will now reconstruct Twisha's final hours and examine every aspect of the case independently. The agency is also expected to examine allegations of harassment, dowry demands, and the circumstances leading up to the night of May 12. With the CBI now leading the investigation and new questions emerging over the crucial evidence, the focus is firmly on uncovering what happened in Twisha's final moments.
And as Republic TV continues to report on the story, viewers, we have the latest update in the case. Accused Samarth Singh, who is the husband of Tusha Sharma, has reached AIMS for medical examination as the CBI has registered the FIR, the case against him. We now see his latest images from this evening. Samarth Singh at AIMS for medical examination. You can see those visuals. He refuses to answer any questions from the media ever since he has surfaced, ever since he has appeared after his wife's death. All right, viewers, we will continue to track more updates from this story. In the meantime, the other big story that we've been tracking for you, high-stakes legal showdown over the iconic Delhi Gymkhana Club moved to the Delhi High Court today after the government ordered an immediate eviction from its prime 27-acre Lutyens site by the 5th of June, citing national security and defense infrastructure needs. And now in a big development, the Solicitor General assured the court that no forceful possession of the land will take place and the due process of law is going to be followed. The court has now granted 8 weeks for both sides to file their detailed responses, giving temporary relief to thousands of members and workers. In fact, viewers, today there have been notices that have been sent to the petitioners as well, to the members or the bodies that are representing the members as well. We've got multiple reactions also on the story. Take a look.
Members of the Delhi Gymkhana Club moved the Delhi High Court after the central government issued orders to immediately vacate its 27-acre Lutyens site. The government has officially declared this premium real estate as critically required for securing national defense infrastructure and advancing vital public interest projects. It may be noted that the site is situated directly adjacent to the Prime Minister's official residence at Lok Kalyan Marg. A petition was filed in the Delhi High Court to challenge the sudden eviction order today, arguing that the government notice failed to identify any specific public purpose. Meanwhile, Solicitor General Tushar Mehta, arguing for the central government, assured the bench that no forceful possession will happen on June 5 eviction. Following the submission, Justice Avnish Jhingan said no interim order was required on the lawsuits by members and staff of the club against the centre's May 22 order asking the club to hand over the premises. Republic spoke exclusively to the petitioner Major Atul about the case and the legal grounds for filing the petition.
a nominal lease deed was prepared, and it was also clarified that it is a perpetual lease, which tantamounts to being or showing that it is the ownership of this company that was established at that time. So technically, we are owners of this land, and it is not on lease in the real sense.
Advocate Naman Joshi emphasized that the ongoing dispute directly impacts over 600 club workmen.
Mr. Jayant Mehta was arguing in a matter which was connected to us in the other matter which was filed by somebody else. The issue also relates to about 600-700 workmen who work in this property, who are either employed labor directly with the club or are contractual labor having the similar protection under the labor laws, welfare legislation. They have essentially been told to leave in 14 days. Some of them live in staff quarters. And B, basically, where will they work? This club is the only place that this entity, this defendant number 2 club company owns.
Member Shivam Bhagat expressed relief but called the 13-day eviction notice a total shock.
We said that it was a shock, then that we have to leave in 13 days. It's a 100-year-old club. I have also followed rules. Everyone has to follow rules. I am a reciprocal member. My parents are members. My grandparents were members. I had crossed the age of 21. So I had to apply from another club to get membership. So these are rules. Everyone was following rules. Dr. Singhvi just, you can see the order. The order will be released soon. And you can see what all arguments he's made.
The petitioners maintain they will seek higher appellate remedies if any adverse orders is passed next.
Firstly, I don't envisage any adverse order on the next date of hearing because the matter is going to be before the joint registrar only for completion of pleadings. Secondly, can't really speculate. If and when there is any adverse order, we will take our appellate remedies in accordance with the law.
Republic has accessed the full court order in this matter, revealing the centre's intention to secure the site for critically important public interest projects. The Delhi High Court has now granted both parties 8 weeks' time to file their official responses. However, the issue goes deeper than this. The club also faces a massive 47 crore rupees dues in rent. A big shock from the government, to which the club members claim was raised disproportionately. With the legal battles line firmly drawn, all eyes now remain on the High Court as a century of heritage hangs in the balance.
Today, Home Minister Amit Shah visited the historic Sanchu border outpost in Rajasthan's Bikaner, much close to the India-Pakistan border, and he becomes the first Home Minister to visit the strategically significant post amid the rising concerns of cross-border drone smuggling and infiltration attempts. Amit Shah reviewed the border preparedness, interacted with the BSF Jawans and launched key infrastructure initiatives, also sending out a message for boost to deterrence so as to secure our borders. Take a look. Union Home Minister Amit Shah visited the historic Sanchu border outpost of the BSF in Rajasthan's Bikaner sector, a strategically important post along the India-Pakistan international border. The visit comes amid growing concerns over cross-border smuggling of narcotics and weapons through drones from Pakistan into Rajasthan's border districts. Amit Shah hailed the role of BSF personnel in safeguarding the nation under challenging desert conditions. During the visit, Shah virtually inaugurated newly built women barracks at the multiple border outposts.
जेंडर न्यूट्रल तरीके से हर काम में हमारे देश की बेटियों का सहयोग लिया जाएगा, इनको मौका दिया जाएगा। तब एक विवाद था कि बॉर्डर की सुरक्षा में बेटियां क्या कर सकती है और उनकी सुविधाओं का क्या। मगर मुझे कहते हुए आनंद है, बेटियों ने बेटों से 2 कदम आगे बढ़कर सुरक्षा में अपना योगदान दिया है। और जहां तक सुविधाओं का सवाल है, सैन्य 2030 तक सारी बेटियों के लिए हम सुविधा भी सुनिश्चित कर लेंगे।
The Home Minister also chaired a high-level security review meeting with the district collectors, police officials and intelligence agencies from Rajasthan's border districts, focusing on drone threats, infiltration and smuggling networks. As part of the visit, Shah also dedicated the Vibrant Village Program 2 to border regions, aimed at boosting infrastructure, connectivity and employment opportunities in remote villages near the border.
पूरे राजस्थान के रेगिस्तान में एक लेटरल रोड के निर्माण का कार्य शुरू किया है, जो आपकी ढेर सारी असुविधाओं को समाप्त करने में काम आएगा। लगभग 1096 किलोमीटर लंबी लेटरल रोड और 520 किलोमीटर लंबी एक्सियल रोड, ये दोनों मिलाकर बीएसएफ के जवानों की सारी सुविधाओं की भी चिंता करेंगे और कनेक्टिविटी को भी बहुत लाइव और उपयोगी बनाएंगे।
Under the program, 184 border villages in Rajasthan have been identified for development of roads, mobile connectivity, smart classrooms, tourism circuits and power infrastructure. The Home Minister's visit is being seen as both a morale booster for security forces and a strong message on strengthening border infrastructure and surveillance amid evolving security challenges along the India-Pak frontier. And the Quad nations, India, US, Japan and Australia have announced major initiatives to boost maritime security, energy resilience and regional cooperation in the Indo-Pacific during high-level talks in New Delhi. US Secretary of State Marco Rubio said the group will expand real-time maritime surveillance and information sharing. We're also launching a new energy security initiative aimed at strengthening fuel supply chains and emergency response coordination across the region. Listen in.
The Quad nations today unveiled major new Indo-Pacific initiatives focused on maritime security, energy resilience and regional infrastructure cooperation during high-level talks in New Delhi.
On the issue of maritime security, there are two big announcements. The first is the launch of the Indo-Pacific Maritime Surveillance Corporation Initiative, which is going to leverage each of our country's maritime surveillance capabilities in the Indo-Pacific to enhance information sharing. Related to that, of course, is also the expansion of the Indo-Pacific Maritime Domain Awareness Initiative, which provides and can provide near real-time commercial maritime domain awareness data to countries throughout the Indo-Pacific.
US Secretary of State Marco Rubio announced the launch of an Indo-Pacific Maritime Surveillance Initiative aimed at boosting real-time intelligence sharing and maritime monitoring across the region. The Quad also expanded its Indo-Pacific Maritime Domain Awareness Program, which will provide near real-time commercial maritime tracking data to countries across the Indo-Pacific. On energy security, the four nations launched a new Indo-Pacific Energy Security Initiative to strengthen the regional fuel supply chains, emergency response coordination and cooperation in technology and policy.
On energy and fuel security, we'll be announcing the Quad Initiative on Indo-Pacific Energy Security that will help strengthen regional energy resilience. And through this initiative, the partners will work to identify areas of cooperation in technology, in management, and policy, and international market analysis.
India's External Affairs Minister Jaishankar said the Indo-Pacific's growing role in global trade, energy and maritime commerce means the Quad's responsibility will continue to expand.
Understandably, much of the discussions and indeed the bilateral exchanges were devoted to the current state of the world. Being Quad, we naturally focused on issues of particular relevance to the Indo-Pacific. Because we are four maritime democracies located at different ends of the Indo-Pacific, the exchange of perspectives was an exercise of considerable value.
Australian Foreign Minister Penny Wong emphasized the importance of freedom of navigation and secure supply chains, highlighting the continued Quad cooperation on critical minerals and economic stability. The Quad, comprising Australia, India, Japan and the US, is strengthening strategic coordination in the Indo-Pacific amid rising concerns over China's expanding military and economic influence in the region.
And we have breaking news coming in right now. As China, Pakistan issued a joint statement and also mentioned Kashmir. We have reaction coming in, the response coming in from the Ministry of External Affairs, India, objecting to China, Pakistan's remarks on Jammu and Kashmir. Ministry of External Affairs has categorically rejected the unwarranted references to Jammu and Kashmir in the joint statement between China and Pakistan. ME also said that India's position is consistent and well known to the concerned parties. Union territory of Jammu, Kashmir and Ladakh have been, are and will always remain integral and an inalienable part of India. No other country has the locus standi to comment on the same as regards the so-called China-Pakistan Economic Corridor project, some of which are in sovereign, some of which are India's sovereign territory, viewers. So India has rejected the statement. We can keep the breaking on as well. India rejecting this provocation. China backs Pakistan on the Kashmir issue. And not just that, it has also called for the internationalization of this issue. It has called for the resolution in accordance with the UN Charter, also the matter to be taken up in the United Nations Security Council. That's what China has said. And India has now issued objection in its statement. New Delhi has objected to this statement by the joint statement. And viewers, we will be ending the bulletin with a glimpse of Exercise Pragati 2026, the multinational military drill underway in Meghalaya, and jungle warfare exercises, combat drills, multinational military coordination at Exercise Pragati 2026 in Meghalaya have been underway. And today we show how our Indian Army's four-legged warriors are one of the biggest highlights of this exercise. The K9 warriors, from explosive detection to tracking hostile movement and assault intervention drills, especially trained army dogs, demonstrating why the K9 units continue to remain critical force multipliers in modern warfare. Belgian Malinois assault dogs, Labrador explosive detection dogs, and even India's indigenous Rampur Hound, who are the Indie dogs, they are Rampur Hound breed, indigenous breed, showcasing precision, discipline and operational readiness alongside troops from friendly foreign nations. The exercise also reflected the Army's push towards Atmanirbhar Bharat, with indigenous breeds increasingly being integrated into operational roles. Interestingly, the drills also featured robotic dogs, presenting a unique blend of traditional battlefield instincts and emerging military technology. And with that, we come to the end of this edition of Super Prime Time, viewers. But don't go anywhere. We'll have the debate at 8 p.m. with Arnab Goswami. Thanks for watching.
Co-powered by Crystal Crop Protection, देश का किसान, देश का हीरो।
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद यही तो है इसकी खास बात। वाओ मामा, क्या स्वाद है? अरे मेरी राजा।
Amity University has one of India's largest merit scholarship programs for brilliant students. Over 9,000 students with 90% plus in their 12th boards are currently at Amity, benefiting from the culture of academic excellence and focus on research and innovation. To be with like-minded students who want to be successful, apply at amity.edu/scholarships.
चमकी चाट से क्या बना है?
सैंडविच, लस्सी और छाछ।
हर घूंट में चमकी चाट, ड्राई फ्रूट और दही बड़े।
चमकी चाट से स्वाद बढ़े।
असली स्वाद सिर्फ चमकी चाट।
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे। केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
आर प्योर शाही पनीर मसाला, डिलीशियस, हेल्दी एवरी डे।
Character, the taste of success.
प्यास बुझाए, ठंडक लाए, सबको भाए जीरा से। MTH का जलजीरा जीरा से।
जीरा से असली रिफ्रेशिंग, असली स्वाद, असली मजा।
MTH।
आर प्योर सूजी पास्ता उबालो मिलाओ और खाओ
8 मिनट में तैयार।
क्या टेस्ट है सबका राजा हार प्योर मसाला।
I want to start with some very disturbing pictures that have come in of a so-called right-wing leader. His name is Sushil Prajapati. He is accused of rape. After being in jail for 9 months, he gets bail, which means he's still an accused. He's an accused in a rape case. And the case goes back to 2025 when he took an LLB student to one place on the pretext of introducing her to a senior advocate.
Co-powered by Crystal Crop Protection, देश का किसान, देश का हीरो।
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद यही तो है इसकी खास बात। वाओ मामा क्या स्वाद है। अरे मेरे राजा
Join International Institute of Hotel Management. Call 983-10-50,000.
प्यास बुझाए ठंडक लाए सबको भाए जीरा से MTH का जलजीरा जीरा से।
जीरा से असली रिफ्रेशिंग, असली स्वाद, असली मजा।
रानी इस घर में कुछ है जो टूटता नहीं।
ये पिलर कभी नहीं टूटेगा। रुंगटा स्टील TMT से बना।
रुंगटा नहीं तो घर स्ट्रॉन्ग नहीं। रुंगटा स्टील TMT बार एकदम सॉलिड।
आर प्योर शाही पनीर मसाला, डिलीशियस, हेल्दी एवरीडे।
Character, the taste of success.
चमकी चाट से क्या बना है?
सैंडविच लस्सी और छाछ
हर घूंट में चमकी चाट। अब बताओ स्वाद आया?
असली स्वाद सिर्फ चमकी चाट।
AU सेविंग्स अकाउंट में मिलते हैं अमेजिंग बेनिफिट्स, पेपरलेस बैंकिंग एंड हायर इंटरेस्ट, वो भी हर महीने।
मनी 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 एवरी मंथ।
सोच बदलो और बैंक भी।
आर प्योर सूजी पास्ता उबालो मिलाओ और खाओ
8 मिनट में तैयार।
क्या टेस्ट है सबका राजा हार प्योर मसाला।
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे। केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद यही तो है इसकी खास बात। वाओ मामा क्या स्वाद है। अरे मेरे राजा
राजा आर प्योर मसाला। In fact, very often I believe the only way to get justice in India is a media trial. So there's no reason for the media, if it's doing a good job of a media trial, to be on the back foot. In fact, the courts should stop making these overarching remarks about media trial and contemplate about one very basic thing. With the greatest of respect to the courts, when the other institutions fail, when people get let down by the system, when even the judiciary does not seem to be listening or raising a noise about issues, like in the case of Twisha Sharma, who does the public look to for justice, for raising their voice, for bringing something that's utterly false, illegal or wrong to public attention? It is only and only
Delhi Gymkhana scam. Curtains on British Raj relic. End of the old Lutyens elite. Debating tonight at 8 p.m.
Presenting by Zoho Business Software, trusted by 15 crore users. Co-powered by IIHM International Institute of Hotel Management.
जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर, जय कपीस तिहुँ लोक उजागर। रामदूत अतुलित बल धामा, अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नामा।
I think one thing we need to keep reminding people is liberty is not because you have a good lawyer, liberty is not because you have a good judge. Liberty is alive in India because it lives in the heart of every Indian.
As India flags demographic change, Bangladeshis line up at the border. Celebrate their exit. Suvendu effect. Infiltrators flee. Debating tonight at 8:30 p.m.
Presenting by Zoho Business Software, trusted by 15 crore users. Co-powered by IIHM International Institute of Hotel Management.
हम और दीदी, हम दोनों को अवार्ड मिलते थे और दूसरी औरत लड़कियां गाती थी, उनको भी अवार्ड मिलना चाहिए। हमने बोला कि हम अवार्ड लेना बंद करेंगे तो अच्छा रहेगा।
Even to do a film as my first film, which is Saransh, lot of people said, अरे तुम 28, 27 क्यों? तुम तो बर्बाद हो जाओगे, पहली फिल्म में बूढ़े का रोल कर रहे हो। मुझे इस बात का एहसास था कि 41 ईयर की उम्र में ये पोस्टर लगा होगा रिपब्लिक के मेरे लेजेंड के प्रोग्राम में।
My always goal was when I started playing for India was one day as a national team and under my captainship during my playing days we want to play World Cup. I want to play World Cup, FIFA World Cup. It didn't happen. I think it will happen because in life nothing is impossible. You need to be positive.
Quasi app or quasi tukure handle. Is it a deep state operation? Truth about deep state Dipke. Debating tonight at 9 p.m.
Presented by Amity University, ranked amongst the top 3% universities globally. Powered by RP Sanjeev Goenka Group, growing legacies since 1820. TVS iQube, India's favorite family EV.
From the Republic Media Network headquarters, it's time for Arnab Goswami on The Debate. Arnab Goswami on The Debate.
On the show tonight, why I think you need to run a bulldozer over the Delhi Gymkhana. And ladies and and gentlemen, at 9 o'clock tonight. Run that. At 9 o'clock tonight, Deep State Dipke. Why I believe Dipke could be part of a deep state operation. If there is one place where we need to run a bulldozer in this country, it is the Delhi Gymkhana. The whole thing is a crying shame. It is an abomination. It is a blot on our democracy. What is this imperialist institution called Delhi Gymkhana? It is full of people who have this socialist facade, but who have an Aga Khan life. It is the kind of people who wear Fab India, but who have a Monte Carlo existence. It is people who run NGOs about poverty, but who want to have lunch in a 27-acre government-subsidized farm. Shame on these people. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you this. Shubhankar Shukla cannot be a member of Delhi Gymkhana even if he applies. But Rahul Baba can, and probably is. They talk about sports. Neeraj Chopra can never think of being a member of Delhi Gymkhana. But some useless son or daughter of a nondescript diplomat can. Because, you know, they are born into privilege. And these frauds. I call this a scam, ladies and gentlemen, this Delhi Gymkhana, and I really believe we should run a public bulldozer over it. And when that bulldozer is going through the pillars of the Delhi Gymkhana, there should be a drone shot, so the telecast all over the country, so people see that this old, decaying, atrophied, pseudo-fake elite has finally been put in their place. They paid 1,000 rupees, ladies and gentlemen, for rent a year, for 27.3 acres next to the Prime Minister's house. That comes down to 36 rupees an acre. Why? Because they have to drink whiskey. Because they have to have cheese pakoras. Because they have to gossip. And they have to create a little walled garden around themselves where they believe India is still in the 1950s. No, it's not. This whole Delhi Gymkhana set must be made to sit there when the bulldozer runs over it. And these people have so much money. Why do they need a club? It has apparently had Maharajas of Gwalior, Jodhpur, Maharajas of Jaipur, Maharajas of Kashmir, Maharajas of Udaipur, the Nawab of Bhopal as its members. First of all, there are no Maharajas today. This is one reason it should be destroyed. Second, if there are any present-day Maharajas, let them go and pay money to go and eat in a 5-star hotel. Why do they need to live off us? Why are they leeches on the system? Why do we pay taxes? So these people get away. They have enough money. They were paying 1,000 rupees as rent and now they are complaining. Privy purses went away a long time back. But this rotting, decaying, stench-filled symbol of fake privilege must also be removed. We demand it. And why should Supreme Court judges who talk about egalitarianism be members of such an institution? These are straight questions. They should not mind. Ladies and gentlemen, the very existence of the Delhi Gymkhana, this kind of an institution, is a scam. We need to bulldoze it. The bulldozing of the Delhi Gymkhana must become a national event. Hashtag bulldoze Delhi Gymkhana. Now let's debate.
It is a British Raj relic. At the center of Delhi Gymkhana scam, the numbers tell you the scale. In one of the most expensive piece of real estate in India, The elite club members are paying a token amount of just 409 rupees that the club pays per year to the union government. Attempts at course correction have been met with resistance, leading to pending dues of 47.59 crore rupees as of April 2026. The Old Boys Club spans across a sprawling 27.3-acre plot. This is almost twice the size of the new Parliament building, and over twice the size of Indian Prime Minister's house. This is not just a club. It is a symbol of hereditary privilege running across generations.
I am a reciprocal member. My parents are members, my grandparents were members. I had crossed the age of 21, so I had to apply from another club to get membership. So these are rules, everyone was following rules.
Membership here is not about money alone. It is about entry into Delhi's inner circle. A place where bureaucrats, defense officers, and the capital's power networks crossed paths. The membership follows its own formula, with elite factor being one's entry pass, with waiting periods stretching from 30 to 40 years. It's a guarded green card system, where access stays mostly with the already connected. The government decision has broken out a debate on privilege of few versus imperatives of the state and national security.
In fact, this can be a very powerful message that we can send. And I strongly suggest that the bulldozing of every single part of the Delhi Gymkhana should be made into a nationally televised event, so that this fake, old, decaying elite can watch as we destroy their lounge clubs, their luxury cottages, their swimming pools, the places where they had their memories of drinking and having cheese pakoras. The cheese pakora lifestyle has to end, and it is gone, I can tell you. By the way, I'm joined by Abhishek Tanka. He's a member of this horrible thing called the Delhi Gymkhana Club. Abhishek, how long have you been a member?
Well, I've been a member for the last 17 years.
And is there anyone else in your family who's a member?
Yes, my family is a member, but
can you tell me when did your family become a member? When did your family become a member?
1998.
So, as the son of a family member, you become a member?
I'm not a member. I'm a club user.
That's the same thing.
The membership,
same thing.
No,
same
no,
thing.
it's not.
No, it is the same thing. How did you? I'm told that if you're a child of a member, you become a club user, which gives you effectively the same right. And how fair is that in India? Why is Shubhangshu Shukla not a member? Why is Neeraj Chopra not a member? Why was Lalu Prasad never a member?
If they were to apply,
if they were to apply, no, they would not to apply.
They would.
Why was this horrible thing paying 1,000 rupees as rent? Why was it paying 1,000 rupees as rent?
Well, that is a contract of the government of India.
What contract? What contract, government of India? Is it fair? You have 27 acres for 1,000 rupees to have cheese pakoras.
I would let the courts decide the fairness of the charge.
No, I'm talking logic. The courts also listen to logic. Have you not seen my expose of Twisha Sharma, which the Supreme Court is listening to?
If they were to increase the lease rate, we would of course have to comply. And if failing which,
no, that's not happening. It's over. It's closing down.
No, that's not what the court said today. That's not what the highest law officer of the government didn't say that. He said that we will pursue the law.
He has to learn to read also and listen also.
Yeah, you have to pursue.
Are you a member? Why are you getting senti about it, Renu?
I'm not getting sentimental.
No, I'm asking Renu, why is she getting senti? She's been applying, she hasn't got membership maybe. Have you applied?
No, I am not.
Have you applied?
No, I have never applied. No, listen, Arnab, let somebody else speak also. Your problem is that you are not a member, and I don't know where you have your whiskey and your pakoda cheese or whatever.
I don't teetotal. I don't drink.
The
I don't
fact
drink.
is that
And when I have pakodas, I know I can pay for them.
No,
unlike you guys,
good
you know.
For you.
Now, what about you? You know, tell me, are you applying for membership?
No.
Are you applying for membership?
Everybody.
No, you
Arnab,
guys have. You know what has
Arnab,
happened here?
Arnab,
What has happened here, Renu?
Arnab, please.
Renu. It is the last. Now you don't get. It is the last. It is the last blot on the system. It is the last thing left for you guys.
No.
No. Is it?
No, the problem with you, Arnab, is that you have stopped listening at all except your own voice. You have to listen. Mr. Modi is only trying to distract from the issues of governance of this country. He wants to bring in extraneous factors like Gymkhana. Where does Gymkhana come into the agenda? And what's your problem with Gymkhana? Because you are not a member. You probably they never entertained you. So you are going screaming and shouting about bulldozers. It's a legacy. It's heritage.
What legacy? What legacy? What legacy? Tell me one thing. Which part of our country's culture? Which part? I ask you one thing. Renu. Which part of our? Yeah, I am not. Mr. Modi is not. No self-made person is. I am asking you. I ask.
Let's talk about governance.
No, 1 minute. Let's talk about how to destroy the Delhi Gymkhana. Let's talk about how to destroy and bulldoze the Delhi Gymkhana.
He does not talk about all this. He is not bothered about what is happening to the children of this country. He wants to fix old people who are in Gymkhana. Well, what's your problem with Gymkhana?
Which people who are in Gymkhana?
If you have taken less money, increase the money.
Which people? Why are you their advocate? Renu, you've been their advocate for a long time. It hasn't been lucky for them. Now, Renu, one point.
No.
I just want to know here.
For anybody.
Mr. Tanka,
Mr. Modi is deliberately bringing up these
Renu, will you
issues.
stop shouting? You're not even a member. What are you going to send here?
He wants to distract from the real issues.
Let me tell you, it's not an elite.
Mr. Tanka, you know, at one point of time, there was oh God, will you stop shouting?
Let's put
will you stop shouting, please?
Two on par.
Renu, it's over. 24 Akbar Road is gone. Delhi Gymkhana is gone. It's over.
Let it go.
No,
Arnab.
Because
I don't know what you're saying here, but the thing is,
Modi is not a part of this entire culture. But this is crazy. This whole
1 minute, guys. 1 minute. 1 minute.
It's a non-issue.
Okay.
They have a life there.
Okay, now I want to know from you. I want to know from Mr. Tanka if Renu will stop shouting. I want to know, Mr. Tanka, you know, I hate these fake Maharajas. I'm told that the children and grandchildren and great-grandchildren of fake Maharajas are still members. May I know why?
No, they're
what
not.
joy? Or they are users of the club like you. So you have also elevated yourself to the level of the great-grandchildren of decaying Maharajas. 1 minute. Mr. Tanka, 1 minute.
No, I want to make
the Maharaja system is over in our country. And the problem is it's being replaced by people like you who believe that because of hereditary privilege, you will be a member of a club subsidized by the people of India. Why did you people pay 1,000 rupees as rent?
Well, that is not a decision.
It is a very important point.
No, it is not.
It is a very important point.
If the Land and Development Office wants to increase the rent, the club will see if it can pay it.
No, it's not
but
about the rent,
yaar. This is not being discussed.
Why do you think India is celebrating today about this?
You also mentioned here. You also. 1 second, Arnab. Allow me to finish, please. You also mentioned here about 24 Akbar Road. I have nothing to do with the Congress Party. In fact, I work for the BJP. And I've worked for the BJP between 2011 and 2014. So I don't think we want to get caught up in the political crossfire.
There is no political crossfire. This is a club built in a high security zone next to the Prime Minister's house. Next to the Prime Minister's house. And 1 minute,
I think
you guys will have to deal with it. See, first of all, I want to tell you one thing. See, Mr. Tanka, see, listen to me. See, first of all, you have to reconcile yourself to the fact that all of this is coming to an end. Okay? And good for you if you work for the BJP and you lose it, which actually proves that even people who work for the BJP are not being spared.
No. If it comes to an end through a fair legal process, so it will happen. But we are not here to discuss that right now. You seem to be obviously celebrating that.
Mr. Modi has not said a word about this, but he is concerned about Gymkhana. What has Gymkhana got to do with the running of this country? It's a club. There are lots and all over Europe.
Come to Greater Noida, buy land and have a club here.
People are proud of their clubs.
Come to Greater Noida, go near Jewar Airport, buy land and start a club.
Target is golf.
You can't sit on government land. You're sitting on government land. You're squatting, you're squatters. You guys are squatters on government land. You're squatters on government land.
Nobody is a squatter.
Well, the SG didn't say that in court today.
Every people who have got 10 acres of prime land in Greater Noida, they have also got as a subsidized rates. Okay.
No, nobody's got subsidized rates. Who do you know who's got subsidized rates?
Everybody in this country has got some subsidy or the other.
No. You can't. No, nobody's got subsidies. You can't make. This is the old system is gone. Hello. Your old system is gone. It doesn't work like that anymore. You people and your system of privilege is over.
The one who's sitting on 7 RCR. Let's wait and watch who goes first.
What are you getting out of it? Why are you more loyal than the king? Yeah, it's gone.
Sitting there goes first. Because he is not concerned about the issues of this country. He is not. My only grouse is not, I don't care about Gymkhana. I don't even go there. I'm not a member. But the fact that he's using all these tactics to so distract attention from the real issues. Their prices are rising. He is supporting Israel and got us into a war, and we are suffering because of this. So the point is, let's not discuss all that. Let us discuss Gymkhana. Okay?
Yeah.
Gymkhana is very important to this nation. Without that, the entire country will collapse. What has Gymkhana done to you, yaar? You're talking about bulldozer, you're talking about fake, you're talking about fraud. What are you talking about, yaar? Maintain some degree of civility.
Look at these people, they are getting.
Don't go off the deep end.
Abhijit, it's like a storm has swept them away. It's like a storm has swept these guys away.
We saw that.
They can't believe it's happening.
This is a club, Arnab, that has 350 crores in investments, including 200 crores in mutual funds and 150 crores in other investments. You're telling me they can't buy land in Noida, Gurgaon or even Dwarka? But wo nahi karenge. They want the government to give them free subsidized land so that they can have 120 rupee large pig scotches and 70 rupee momos. And you know, Arnab, I take strong exception to you calling it elite. It is not an elite club. It is people who have the financial resources only for a DTC bus, but pretend they're driving around in Rolls Royce.
Why doesn't she do some work?
The classic behavior of people who want to put on this tamasha of driving a Rolls Royce when they can only afford a DTC bus fare. And you can see that out here.
Prime Minister does not want to look at his own
sports facilities are world class. Why should the average taxpayer subsidize your tennis facilities? कहीं और जाके खेलो.
Don't subsidize. Give full rates. Who asked you to subsidize? Who asked you all this time? 11, 12 years you're here. Suddenly you are in a bad place, and you are having problems. So you are wanting to discuss this now.
All of this. And then you take all the club money and put it into investments. Then buy your own land.
You don't even know. Maybe you don't know.
You need to take it on lease. The lease can be cancelled. The management was a corrupt management. They performed according to the government.
Cancel it. Cancel the lease. Cancel the lease.
52 of those 53, just one is putting up a 52 illegal structures.
Why was the government
totally illegal structures? They then sublet land for Reliance and Jio.
He wants to now bring all this out in the open. What are you talking about here? Why didn't they take it up?
Criminal mismanagement.
No. There is no valid argument this government has.
Absolutely no clarity. Diplomats could get immediate entrance in there. It's called associate membership. Diplomats within 6 months of coming to Delhi were given membership.
Why not, yeah? Other clubs are that's what the meaning of a club is.
30 years on a wait list.
You don't know what a club is. 30
years on a wait list. If we can have a right to education act, why can't we have a right to club act?
You need to get educated, my friend, on what a club is.
Membership should be given to daily wage labourers. Do you support that? Madam, do you support giving 80%
You can't
to daily
give them
wage labourers?
Food. They are on subsidized and you want to give them club membership. What kind of people do you bring?
You can get club membership. Why can't a daily wage laborer get club membership? See how angry she gets when I say, see, she doesn't want her hallowed grounds to be touched by the dirty, smelly daily wage laborers.
Give them a house.
Why should club workers' kids also get to use the facilities out there? Why can't the pool cleaners' kid use the pool out there?
I love it.
People stop using the pool.
I'm sorry.
You see the double standards out here or not? And let us be very clear. This is government property. They can take it back anytime. This is a lease. A lease can be broken. There are conditions. The Supreme Court has set conditions for the breaking of the lease. What is it? Number one. Breach in terms
I would
of
like
service.
these people. I would like these people.
Illegal structures.
I would like these people to mention. 1 minute. Just 1 minute. See,
Let's not get into all
guys,
this.
Colonel Atul is also joining us. Okay, can I just tell you, Major Atul, can you hear me?
I can hear you very well, sir. Thank you very much for inviting me.
No problem. Since when have you been a member of the club?
Last 10-15 minutes. Although I've heard your debate in the first part.
When have you been a member of the club?
One thing I want to mention straight away.
Since when have you been a member of the club, sir?
60 years now.
And how did you become a member?
At the age of 21, 22, I applied for it. I was somewhere in the Nifa Mountains during the war. I applied for it. My membership interview came.
Did you have any family members?
I am a primary member. My family has not been a member. My father was not a member.
Did you have any family members as members of the club?
My uncle was a member.
Yes, this is the problem. You see, I can't find a single non-hereditary achiever as a member of this club.
Don't misuse that word hereditary.
Non-hereditary.
I had nothing to do with him.
No, you may have nothing to do, but the fact is it is there, no? If we have to grow beyond becoming a country of uncle, aunts and moms and pops.
Yeah, but the uncle may be member. How does it concern to me? I have got my own form.
Well, get me a non-hereditary major achiever who's a member of your club.
Sir, please, my father was a member of Chelmsford Club and he expected me to member there.
Yeah, I'm not saying if your father was a member of privileged clubs and you are a member of a privileged club and your uncle was a member of this very same privileged club, it proves my point.
Okay, let me correct you on one thing. This land is not, it is owned by the club. Please go and see the records. Yes, sir. When it was purchased, at that time we paid 6,000 plus rupees for the land to be purchased as outright purchase of the Gymkhana Club, which is a company. And this lease, because at that time, 1 minute, sir, please let me speak. At that time, there was no question of getting agreement to sell, or a sale agreement was not being done in the country at that time by the British government. At that time, all such properties were given on lease. That is why the whole of Connaught Place land was sold on lease.
But which year was that, Colonel Atul? 1 minute, everyone on, please. Major Atul, which year was that?
1918.
Now, I just want to tell you, today it's 2026, 108 years have passed, in case you missed.
Yes, agreed, sir.
108 years, sir. Please, come to the present. Aise nahi chalega abhi.
I am coming to 1 minute, sir.
So why are you guys getting so senti about whiskey and pakoras?
The rental was, 1 minute, sir. The rental was agreed to be paid as per the then agreement. In the meanwhile, when the
So why were you paying 1,000 rupees as rent?
Sir, this was what
why were you paying 1,000 rupees as rent?
Because that lease was a nominal
Why were you paying 1,000 rupees as rent?
Because it was a nominal lease.
No, what nominal lease, yeah? This is corruption.
The land was purchased by the club.
The British leased land on a street.
Rahul Gandhi is your member or not? Is Rahul Gandhi your member?
99-year lease.
No, I want to ask you. Rahul Gandhi is your member? 1 minute. I want to ask you. 1 minute. Pankaj, listen to this.
Do not make it into a Congress.
Is Rahul Gandhi a member? I will make it what I want. Is Rahul Gandhi a member?
This club has no politics.
I am asking you, don't explain this club has no politics. I am asking you, when did Rahul Gandhi become a member? Which year did Rahul Gandhi become a member?
Don't make it.
No, I'm making it about it. Which year did Rahul Gandhi become a member?
If you can be loud, I can be loud.
No, I'm asking you, which year did you make Rahul Gandhi a member? And what was his professional qualification? Is Robert Vadra a member of your swimming pool?
I am not.
On what basis? Is he a national level swimmer? Answer my question.
I am telling you.
Answer my question.
Membership waiting list.
Is Robert Vadra a member on which professional capacity? In Rahul Gandhi a member in which professional capacity?
Robert Vadra's
Tell me.
No professional capacity of membership in Gymkhana Club.
Or you'll decide it is whimsical, is it?
Look at the rules. Please look at the rules.
You'll live on government land, my government, to whom I pay taxes.
Have you read?
And want to say it's life is beyond your Delhi Gymkhana chicken samosas.
I suggest you read our articles to understand how this club functions.
Well, don't teach me your articles, sir.
Yes.
You pay one. I don't want to care about your internal articles. I believe in this country more than your club.
You need to read them.
You need to understand what this country has become. Don't teach me your internal rules.
Carry on shouting.
I'm telling you the facts. Stop your hereditary rubbish in this country.
Sir. Please, sir, understand what
I'm not understanding. You want me to open the phone lines? You'll see what people think of you.
They think a lot about me.
Yeah, I'll open the lines. You'll understand what people think of this Delhi Gymkhana.
Go right ahead. Go right ahead, sir. I also know what I'm doing in life.
Arnab, can I just point out one thing?
The fact is, Major Atul, you and your privilege, pseudo-privilege set can't believe what's happening to you.
There is a
Point of order, Arnab. Point of order.
50% of our membership is
This
service
land,
and 50%
first of all, was acquired.
Not 40 as
It
you are
was
making out.
seized.
It is
This is
50%.
already
Article
seized
8,
land by the
7,
British in 1894
Article 8,
under the
7,
Delhi Land
and follow
Acquisition
that.
Act. Second, all the land given out by the British from 1913 to 1920 was under strict 99-year leases, which were referred to as perpetual leases.
That's
strict 99-year leases. That lease expired in 2013. It expired in 2013.
Sir,
It has not been renewed since 2013.
Sir, I would suggest we examine this.
There is nothing to be examined, sir. You owe a lot.
There is nothing to examine out here.
There's
If the
nothing.
lease expired
Pankaj
in
Sharma is
2013,
on the
तो खत्म
debate.
हो गया है, sir.
Pankaj Sharma is on the debate. He has a few truths to share about the Delhi Gymkhana. Ladies and gentlemen, lines are open. Why am I getting calls? And see, Mr. Tanka, see, the old order changeth, yielding place to the new. And God fulfills himself in many ways, lest one good deed should corrupt the world. So I'm reading, I'm doing poetry to you, sir. The old order changeth, yielding place to the new. And God fulfills himself in many ways, lest one good deed should corrupt the world. End the hereditary rubbish in this country now. Vivek, be a part of it.
Hereditary membership
When the bulldozer comes in, sit in the driver's seat and run over Delhi Gymkhana.
50% of the membership is government, 25% is open category. You have no idea what you're saying.
I have every idea. You have no idea what's happening, Vivek. Abhishek.
50% is IS and is IS, IPS.
Why should it be 50% IS? You are trying to blackmail us, saying 50% IS, so you can't touch them.
Open category.
Go tell the IS to go to Greater Noida, buy land and run a club there. It's a colonial relic. Why do you guys, you know, the British went, Abhishek, why are you people so keen to be the new British? The British have gone, Baba. Let's live in a progressive country. You guys,
very much Indian.
You're behaving like the Brits.
I know you've been making this allegation of whiskey and pakoras. I don't even drink.
I'm not talking about you. I'm saying generally you serve whiskey and pakoras. And I think 27 acres is too much for whiskey and pakoras.
I don't subscribe to
27 acres next to the Prime Minister's house for whiskey and pakoras has to come to an end. A British Raj relic sitting on 27 acres near the Prime Minister's house, paying 1,000 rupees, which will not cover a month's electricity bill in a one-room house. In a one-room house, the Brown Sahibs must be put in their place, Major Atul. The Brown Sahibs. The era of the hereditary Babu is over.
Talking of bulldozing the building, please see the list of heritage buildings announced by the Lieutenant Governor of Delhi. Gymkhana Club features at item number 35. Gymkhana Club, Delhi Gymkhana Club and campus are declared heritage structures, heritage buildings. So you cannot.
I don't believe in the British heritage.
You cannot go and destroy the bulldozer. That's a pipe dream that you are having.
Chalo, aapko kya problem hai? We'll turn it into a museum. Make it a real sports facility.
So you have changed your stance. Now you want to make it into a museum.
So we'll do what we want. No, what do you want to do with it? It's gone, sir. Don't delay the inevitable.
Let the people decide what they...
I've got Pratik calling in from Surat. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're calling in, Pratik, can you listen to this ridiculous debate?
Yes, I can, Arnab. It is a false statement you are publicizing.
Sir, just because you're sitting in Delhi and your uncle was a member and you're a member.
It's a purchased land. It is owned by us. And the lease which was being given was a nominal lease to cover the lease document that was in our possession. Yes, the lease document has a certain provision, which is Article 4.
Okay.
Yes,
okay.
We understand that point.
You know, the problem is there's no humility in you, Major, sir. You believe, whether you're a major with family connections or a 3-star general or Supreme Court judge or former cabinet secretaries, we cannot have a country of brown sahibs living on 27 acres next to the Prime Minister's house to have cheese pakoras. I have Sanjeev Srivastav on the debate here. The days of brown, the entitlement of your responses tells me everything. You people think that you're one cut above. You're not. You're not. You're not one cut above.
Understand one thing. Gymkhana Club came here first. The Prime Minister started living around it later.
Oh, the Prime Minister comes later. Gymkhana Club comes first. When wonderful. The Major is saying the Prime Minister can shift his residence. Major, you guys are now so entitled. Which world do you live in, man? कभी-कभी बाहर आइए, देखिए देश में क्या हो रहा है. 100 साल में बहुत कुछ बदल गया.
They thought that having the Gymkhana was a safety measure around them. It was not the other way around.
Okay, chalo, you can live in the past.
I am not living in the past, sir. You are.
Sanjeev is on the debate. Sanjeev.
Understand the past. Unable
so
to
my point is on Gymkhana, whether it should continue or not. I am completely with Arnab and the naysayers. I like the place. I have also enjoyed a couple of evenings, more than a couple of evenings there. It's nice setting, but frankly, it is very elite and it is for a select few. But my issue with Arnab today is that why don't you expand the scope of this debate? So the Lutyens, which was the target of this government and so many journalists also, now Lutyens is BJP government. Why shouldn't the ministers move into smaller flats? Why should they live in acres of buildings? Why should all that paraphernalia be there? I think, Arnab, somebody like you should take up that issue, that these privileges which they mocked upon and looked down upon all the decades that they were not in power, now they are enjoying them. Supreme Court judges living in acres of land, ministers occupying these huge bungalows, which are, by the way, as much of an imperial relic or heritage or a throwback on the colonial past as anything else. So I am very happy to see Gymkhana go. I have no problem. But I wish somebody like you picks up this campaign to make the entire Lutyens more of a common people's area, which was supposed to be the aim. Yeah. And why should these people be entitled the today's governing elite? Okay, the previous governing elite was like that, very bad, and they got punished for it. Why should this governing elite behave in the same manner?
Okay.
That's my little point which I wanted to raise here.
Great. I'll tell you, entitlement, Sanjeev, comes with an expiry date. Delhi Gymkhana is way past its expiry date. And it is now, 1 minute, now let me, it is way past its expiry date. The people, when you go inside and tell them, you are fossils and dinosaurs, you need to move out, or we'll move it into a Jurassic Park, then they feel very bad, they feel we are being very rude. I'm entirely for people moving into smaller homes, but as long as it does not affect their security considerations, you cannot expect the Home Minister, the Defense Minister to live in an apartment, but within reasonable considerations, one should move into more modern accommodation. I'm completely for you on it. But now, this old elite meets stiff upper lip. Pankaj has been talking about it, and Pankaj has stories about the entitlement of this Delhi Gymkhana. You see, Delhi Gymkhana is not just a club. It represents something. It was basically the Imperial Delhi Gymkhana Club. Some dinosaur called Spencer, Harcourt, Butler was its president. Indians were rarely allowed in unless they were Maharajas. Mostly these were all Brits, whites. right? And now the whites are replaced by brown sahibs. The brown sahib has to go because in fact, this race course is another abomination. Why do you need to play polo? What is this crazy thing with playing polo, some other British tradition? You behave as if you're in the 15th century
polo
playing
is actually
polo.
a game from Afghanistan.
No, whatever. India is not Afghanistan. You don't need to play an Afghan sport, a British sport, just because the fake elite. What is this playing polo next to the private? Cancel the polo club. And by the way, let me tell you, racecourse is also going. Racecourse is also going.
Their lease had expired 26 years ago.
Yeah, so your lease also will be expired now.
We have no expired lease. Ours is a perpetual lease. And I can assure you.
What is perpetual? Arey bhaiya, 1913, the British were in power when you got that perpetual.
It expired in 2012.
Sir, that is not a correct.
No, it did not.
As far as this lease is concerned.
It first started 1913, 1927.
All the Delhi leases
it was renegotiated.
By the British
you have your facts wrong. It became a lease in perpetuity.
Leases.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going across to Pankaj. Pankaj, they are saying that Delhi Gymkhana is very egalitarian, it's free for all. It is on merit. You don't have to be the bacha, baba log, baby log of some member. You know, there's this baba log, baby log culture. You know about it, Abhishek? You know about it? Where 55-year-olds are called baba and baby because, you know, you have orderlies standing in for them. That India is over, Baba. It's over. It's over, Abhishek. People have to grow up. People have to grow up. It's a different India.
No, I'm well aware of that.
Yeah, so that different India is hitting at its core. This is not a battle about destroying a club. This is about destroying a fake system of privilege.
I'm very happy with the new India. I don't share your angst.
Yeah, then if you believe in the new India, then join the public cry to bulldoze Delhi Gymkhana. Join it.
There is no public cry. You're making it out
okay, I'll open up the lines. You'll hear. Pankaj, what is your say?
Yeah. It is a fact, and an unfortunate fact, that most of such clubs have become fiefdom of handful of manipulative goalgetters. It is a fact. They serve no social purpose. In my opinion, government should constitute a high-powered national commission to review the necessity, functioning, and membership structure of all clubs which have been allotted government land on concessional rates across the country. Now they are claiming that the Gymkhana owns this land. Even if you own this land, sir, do you know the right to owning your self-earned or ancestral property is not a fundamental right to any citizen in our country? And government can acquire any property for developmental projects. What about the lease properties?
It has to be a specific purpose. You can't.
If you can,
it has to be a specific purpose.
The land of farmers can remove jockeys for development. Why can't you cancel the lease of your own land? This is so simple. So why there is such a hue and cry on this?
It's a contractual argument. They have to file a suit to get out of the contract.
The thing is, you see, Abhishek, you are at the Prime Minister's house doorstep. We don't need to have a clubhouse there.
The Prime Minister is moving, sir.
No.
The Prime Minister is moving, sir.
No. So what is your say? You say that you want to sit there and have chicken sandwiches. You want to have a private club. You don't care about defense issues, right? Any place close to security. I'm 1 minute. Please listen, Abhishek. First of all, you people know, you don't listen. When I say you people means the old hereditary set.
I'm a very keen listener, sir. Please go ahead.
I'm saying this. Repurposing this land is not about displacing a club where you have whiskey and chicken sandwiches. It is about closing a critical gap in a protective ring in a very important part of the national capital. The threat landscape has changed. Someone needs to tell these Delhi Gymkhana types that 1928 is not 2026. They have not been given any perpetual lease by the duly elected present government of India. Okay? This is a globally
accepted practice. This is a reclaiming of public land. And what you need to understand is when a poor farmer is told today, and listen to me, Major, because you've been spending too much time with these hereditary privilege types. A poor farmer is told for a national security reason, everyone on, we need your land. The poor farmer is told that we need your land, the poor farmer moves on, the highway gets built. British India gave you certain rights, the British gave you certain rights. Today's India is snatching those rights away. It is a reality you cannot argue. You must comply. You must comply. You're not being given a choice. No institution is above national interest. You are fighting national interest, and that's a very dangerous line. This is like the fake Maharajas when the privy purses went away. But we have lived with this for years. So what? But this is the way we've been. So what? But this was our palace. So what? This was our land. So what? This was our property. So what? It just went away. So Major, I know you're going to be sad, but it's gone. And now I will open the line so you hear the people of India. Pratik from Surat. Pratik, you're still there?
Yes, I am still there.
Please, your say.
Good evening to everyone. I want to ask we are happy as a common, we are happy to see the Gymkhana go. But I want to ask the Major, when you go in the morning tomorrow, my sympathies are with 600 employees who will lose their jobs. So what is the club going to do about them? You have 200 crores of deposits. Why don't you assist the people who are going to lose their jobs?
Correct.
How many of your 10,000 members are going to assist those 600 people in rehabilitation? There will be no answer.
They have 200 crores. They should give every employee 35 lakhs and spend the 200 crores because the club goes away. But you know what they will do, Pratik? They will fight over the 200 crores now. Abhijit.
No, they've got 350 crores. 200 crores is just
so they have 350 crores. Will you spread the 350 crores equally among the 600 employees?
Now, see, there is another point out here. You know, a lot of these colonies in Delhi, Defence Colony, Lajpat Nagar especially, which were for refugees from East Pakistan, you know what they did? They were also on long-term leases. They converted it to freehold as per the land development area rules.
Correct.
Why did Gymkhana never do that? Gymkhana never did that. Now the government has exercised its eminent domain and taken it back. They should have also done it at that point of time. So let me ask the Major then, are you now willing to pay the full market rate and convert it into freehold?
Even your freehold properties can be acquired. You know, even your freehold properties can be acquired. If your property is taken without following the proper
can be acquired,
procedure,
but that is not the point here. The point here is it is being taken back because it is lease.
Under Article 32.
Right now it is being taken back because it is lease.
Remedies
And it is being
by
taken
filing
back
a lawsuit
without compensation because it is lease.
The High Court under Article 226. You don't have any right on your property in this country without Gymkhana Club. It is a leased property. It can be taken away by the government.
Yes.
Yeah.
Landlord.
Major Atul.
Landlord has given it on rent.
Shall we go to our next call? Anil Swami is calling from Nagpur. Anil Swami, please. Mr. Swami.
Yes. Such kind of, Arnab, good evening first.
Good evening, sir.
Such kind of privileged clubs are enjoying some special privileges all across A class and B class cities in India. And they pay peanuts for the lease amount, and basically the taxpayers who want to become the member or who want to avail such facilities have to pay in lakhs to get into the membership, which is impossible for a common salary holder.
Can I have Major Atul's audio up and put him in the book script? Major Atul, what are you saying here? Sir, please understand, all you're getting is nostalgic about the Maharaja Raj.
Not at all, sir. Not at all, sir.
You're emotional about the inconvenience you'll go through.
Grown up in Delhi.
What I suggest, Major, you all have a meeting, call all the members, have one last round of chicken samosas and sandwiches, and then make videos of each other and go away from the club because the club's not going to come back. You're going to have to deal with the change. You can't be nostalgic about the way things were, Major Atul.
Thank you very much. I now see an astrologer journalist.
I'm talking about you're a major. You should know about defense interest. You should know about security issues.
Yeah, I very much understand, and that is why when even Rajiv Gandhi tried to get the house on the building right next to Gymkhana Club, one of the considerations was that Gymkhana gives him a secure side. Please understand that.
So you were providing security for Rajiv Gandhi. According to you, you were providing security to Rajiv Gandhi.
It was being discussed. I was very much around, and I was a proper full-fledged senior journalist at that time.
Yeah.
Running a magazine. You probably know my background.
I don't know your background at all.
And I wish you did. I was running a magazine then, in 1984-85.
Good if you were running a magazine, but 1984 was exactly 43 years back. 43 years is a long time, so country changed, sir. Country changed.
Club area provides a fair amount of security. Indira Gandhi lived.
You're fighting so hard. Why are you fighting a losing battle? It's not going to happen. You've got the eviction order. Basically, what we have here, viewers, a bunch of the old self-styled elite fighting the government of India, fighting the people of India, fighting national interest because they want to have chicken samosas and Scotch whiskey. How fair is that? What's going on in our country? There's a symbolism to this battle. And people will say, I'm being rude, I'm being realistic. It's going to happen to you. This is bigger land than the Parliament of India. You know that, Abhijit? You know Sanjeev Srivastava, it has got more land. It's double the size of the Parliament of India complex.
Yes.
Yeah, Parliament of India is the greatest institution of our democracy. Delhi Gymkhana is to have whiskey and pakoras. What is the purpose of this? To go and have gin there and talk about the good old times. Well, go somewhere else, find a restaurant. Manas Ghosh is calling in from Gurugram. This is a beautiful moment, Manas. We must always remember it. It is the lounge bar mindset versus Indian democracy. Manas from Gurugram.
You see, they should wrap it up and bulldoze rather than, using all this elite and all that, which doesn't have any meaning. And even if one goes for a dictionary meaning of elite, none of them qualify for that.
Yeah, I mean, if it were to be the real intellectual elite and professional elite, it would be something else, right, Abhishek? But this is hereditary elite. The members are children, cousins, and nephews of their
Only
grandchildren.
20% of the membership, Arnab, is hereditary. 80% is through the open category. I don't know what you're talking about.
Whatever. Now it's over. We know how this club is operating.
If it is,
can I just?
If it is, then it will be. But it's not going to happen through a media campaign.
The point is that you paid 1,000 rupees and got away for a long time. And I think that the government asks you to go, you must go. I don't know how as a lawyer you say that just because you people are more privileged, you have more privileges than a farmer, than an ordinary citizen. I don't think if the government of India were to raise a security issue on any other organization, there would even be a question. But these people think, the falsehood is, Abhishek, someone's told you can fight your way out of
this. It cannot just be bandied about. It has to
Or
be a
not, the
specific
real dealing in Delhi takes place at Chambers in Taj, or it takes place at the Mond Club in Ashoka Hotel, or it takes place in Central Service Officers Institute in Chanakyapuri. So Gymkhana is all the, the old, they want to be relevant, but they're not relevant. I think this is a much required readjustment and reorientation of a time where Gymkhana has really lost its relevance. Because had it been relevant, ऐसे ज़माने देखने को ना मिलते. People who can't protect themselves, how can they be relevant to society?
Now, what they are saying is, okay,
okay,
Abhishek, a question to you. You are saying that you've got an original lease deed.
Yeah.
The original lease deed is from the British era, Imperial Delhi Gymkhana Club, established 1913. Now, you cannot quote, please listen to me, you cannot quote a 1913 allocation in 2026. It can't. Okay? You have to deal with it. You have to deal with it. Plus, you have not paid ground rent dues, right? You are now having broken all the rules.
For the last 6 years, the government has been here. The government has been managing the club. If I don't know what the rent dues are. We are not aware of them. The government committee is looking into it. We are not in charge of the Delhi Gymkhana Club. The membership body is not.
For 5 years.
Even though we won the case in the NCLAT.
Why are you arguing for it? You're just a user, but you said a user is nothing. Why are you getting senti about using it?
I'm not getting
Can't
sentimental.
you afford any other club? I'm sure you can, Abhishek.
I'm arguing based on facts. I'm
also arguing that the government, when the government of India says that the land is required for a strategic reason, for a defense reason, for national defense infrastructure, and you are saying we will not give it to you because we want to have chicken samosas.
We did not say that. We've asked, the SG himself has said we will follow due process and we will disclose
the club is being run by the government. It is one government telling the other government people, you give up the club. They say, okay, take it. We have not even, as members, stakeholders, we have nothing.
Making another point.
At the moment, we have just been informed.
Ladies and gentlemen, enjoy this fight. This is the old lot fighting back. It's all over for them, but enjoy the moment. Let's see how they are fighting to save a club. It's not about a club. It's about the memories of the earlier times. It's about the happy memories of being part of a cozy group of people. You scratch my back, I scratch yours.
It's an association of people who have lived together, grown up together, and their rules.
No, they're grown up together, but they have to grow old somewhere else.
Memory of times lost.
Do you know rules? Have you followed rules, or are you not going to follow rules? I'm showing them to you. Next time you have such a debate, read the rules.
Those are eternal rules. They don't apply to the Republic.
This is like members of a circus saying, you know, Major, you're saying, do you know the rules of our circus? No, but I'm not a part of your circus. 1 minute. You say to me, Major, have you read these rules? Have you read these rules? I have not, because I'm not a part of your circus.
We are a company.
I'm not a part of your circus. I won't read your rules. I'm not a part of your company. Your company rules don't follow me.
You're discussing my company without knowing about
No, I'm discussing my country. To hell with your company.
Oh, please.
To hell with your company. I'm discussing my country.
Please,
that's all you have to tell me. You lost the debate.
I'm well aware of such patriotism. I've gone through it.
Anyway,
I'm well aware of it, sir.
That's all right, Major. Don't get sentient. It's all right.
I've lived through it. I don't think anybody else can claim.
Okay, don't worry. When it is bulldozed, come over. We'll catch up. I'll give you chicken samosas and chicken sandwiches. You can tell me about the good old times. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. That was a fun debate. I have no personal angle to this, but you know, it's quite amusing to see them hold on. I also think there should be deep investigations into how many bureaucrats got how many acres of land for their farmhouses in Chhatarpur. We'll investigate that next. Who gave it to them? At 9 p.m. tonight, Deep State Dipke. The contradictions, the controversies, and the very straight questions about what this Dipke thing was all about. The truth about it. When we are back.
जब अपना कोई मूव किसी को मूव करता है ना यार, फील आ जाती है। भाई तू अपना है, तेरा सफर मुझे भी करना है। तूने प्रूव कर दिखाया यार, एनीबॉडी कैन ड्रीम। मुझे लगा मैं नहीं, पूरा का पूरा मूवमेंट चल रहा है। Breathable fabrics, awesome comfort, effortless style, AD from the House of Arvind.
Amity University has one of India's largest merit scholarship programs for brilliant students. Over 9,000 students with 90% plus in their 12th boards are currently at Amity, benefiting from the culture of academic excellence and focus on research and innovation. To be with like-minded students who want to be successful, apply at amity.edu/scholarships.
Character, the taste of success.
जब अपना कोई मूव किसी को मूव करता है ना यार, फील आ जाती है। भाई तू अपना है, तेरा सफर मुझे भी करना है। तूने प्रूव कर दिखाया यार, एनीबॉडी कैन ड्रीम। मुझे लगा मैं नहीं, पूरा का पूरा मूवमेंट चल रहा है. Breathable fabrics, awesome comfort, effortless style, AD from the house of Arvind.
Join International Institute of Hotel Management. Call 983-1050,000.
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार. विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी.
In fact, very often I believe the only way to get justice in India is a media trial. So there's no reason for the media, if it's doing a good job of a media trial, to be on the back foot. In fact, the courts should stop making these overarching remarks about media trial and contemplate about one very basic thing. With the greatest of respect to the courts, when the other institutions fail, when people get let down by the system, when even the judiciary does not seem to be listening or raising a noise about issues, like in the case of Twisha Sharma, who does the public look to for justice, for raising their voice, for bringing something that's utterly false, illegal or wrong to public attention? It is only and only the media. And today, therefore, we are doing a media trial. In this
जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर, जय कपीस तिहुँ लोक उजागर, रामदूत अतुलित बल धामा, अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नामा.
From the Republic Media Network headquarters, it's time for Arnab Goswami on The Debate. Arnab Goswami on The Debate.
I have a very important point to make on the nation's sharpest opinion today, because we've done some research and done some investigations, and it comes out that this fellow who's been behind this cockroach Janta Party phenomenon is in fact a very controversial person, and he's done things and he's trying to explain, he's done U-turns, he doesn't know what to do, he's put himself in a mess right now. So I want to tell you the truth about this fellow Abhijit Dipke. He says now that, my account has been hacked. He says someone's hacked into my account, I don't control it anymore. What rubbish, Dipke, what rubbish. You planned it out and now you say you don't control it? You say you lost control about it? Don't we know what the truth is, Dipke? The fact is, people are asking you questions about where your followers are. Somebody actually alleged that a lot of your followers are from Pakistan. I don't know. But if there are, we would ask you why. Your response to that situation cannot be that I've lost control over my account. I don't know. No, you know. And it's your claim that your account was hacked. Where's the truth about it? It's very convenient to say, my Instagram page is hacked, my Instagram is hacked, my Twitter is hacked, my backup account is hacked. What's the proof? These are all your claims. Claims without any evidence. But we have some harsh truths about you, including emerging facts that which are very strange. For example, there are about 8.6 lakh followers. 8.6 lakh followers for this CJP from a place called Topeka in Kansas in the United States of America. Now, you know what the strange thing is? The population of that town is only 1.26 lakh. But Dipke, Deep State Dipke has got 8.6 lakh followers, 7 times more than the actual population. You know, we know all about these inorganic bot campaigns. Isn't this proof of it? Now, let us go deeper. Deep State Dipke has 8.9 lakh followers from Palestine. Why? Why are Palestinians interested? It goes worse. He has exactly 8.9 lakh followers in the Ivory Coast, in Africa. Ladies and gentlemen, what's going on here? Another 8.9 exactly in Malaysia. And another 8.9 lakh exactly in Brazil. This can only happen if somebody's done a paid campaign. This can only happen if it's a bot and bot campaign. B-O-U-G-H-T and B-O-T. Bot and bot campaign. 8.9 lakhs Ivory Coast, 8.9 lakhs Palestine, 8.9 lakhs Malaysia, 8.9 lakh Brazil, 8.6 lakh in a town in Kansas, which is a population of only 1.26 lakh. Ladies and gentlemen, these are fixed numbers. Fixed numbers from different parts of the world. This can only happen if someone's got deep pockets, a lot of money. You can buy this then. It's all available for a price. How is a person in the Ivory Coast interested in Indian politics? How are people in Pakistan interested? And by the way, let me tell you one more thing. This man, Dipke, it now comes, has been taking a very strong pro-Pakistan line, so be very careful about it. Because if you look historically, after the abrogation of Article 370, he says, need to stand with Kashmir. Today it's Kashmir, tomorrow it could be your state. It's a Pakistani line. After the abrogation, he was spreading fake news about Kashmir after the abrogation of 370. He said, people are living in constant fear of death. I had this chat with one of my friends last night. Hashtag Kashmir bleeds. When Umar Khalid, who was behind the riots, the Delhi riots, the anti-Hindu riots, he started fighting for Umar Khalid, who takes this pro-Pakistan line. He says, Umar Khalid is in jail without a trial. Why is he being treated differently? Exactly a separatist line. Ladies and gentlemen, Abhijit Dipke is a supporter of Umar Khalid, the 2020 anti-Hindu Delhi riots accused. And he's been fighting for Umar Khalid. And he's suggesting that the Indian system does not work. Which system works? Dipke? The one in America where you're living. And where did you get the money for all this? Followers in Ivory Coast and all? Now, I don't know where he's got the investment from. I'm not speculating, but he should explain. But the fact is that he also wants to make a quick buck right now. He started a corporate merchandising campaign. And despite framing the movement as just a accidental, amateurish phenomenon, a joke that became a campaign, don't get carried away with that. He started a merchandising campaign. You can buy his badges, corporate merchandise by paying money. He started that, which means he'll now set up contracts for merchandising. He's gone into the platform algorithmic mode. So he's looking at a very clean, very clear monetization opportunity from this. Ladies and gentlemen, all this makes this fellow look very dodgy, very shady, very unclear. And you know, his engagement is also going down. People have seen through it. So if you look at the engagement graphs right now, it peaked and it's now down. Because in the last couple of days, we are telling you the truth about Dipke. The bubble activity has gone down. Thank God for that. I'm not doing a counter campaign. I'm just saying that the pages traffic, the traffic on his pages displays what we call a pump and dump pattern, which is it explodes exponentially when you pump the money over a 48-hour window, and it then completely collapses once the contracts lapse. In this case, he did it exactly around the time Marco Rubio was in India. Marco Rubio goes, the pressure on India to buy Venezuelan oil is over for now, and the campaign goes. You know, viewers, this could be a sign of a multi-pronged attack against India. This could very well be a coordinated foreign amplification of selective domestic narratives. But I would say to Dipke, see, come clean, come clean. explain what your real game is. The nation needs to know. Let's debate.
Cockroach Janta Party Zindabad! A social media handle calling itself the Cockroach Janta Party has gone viral. Within 2 days, amassing over 20 million followers. But analysis by the Republic Media Network throws up interesting data. It follows a set pattern. In some cities, followers are more than the real population, in the most nondescript part of the world. There are serious questions emerging on the authenticity of the following on social media. For example, it's got 8.9 lakh followers in Palestine. Exactly the same number from Ivory Coast. 8.9 lakh followers also from Malaysia. 8.9 lakh followers also Brazil. It's almost as if there's a set pattern to the following. In some cities like Topeka, Kansas, the 8.6 lakh followers shown is way higher than the real population of 1.26 lakh. Similarly, with Cabo San Lucas, Mexico, where it claims it has 8.6 lakh followers, the real population is just 2.6 lakh here. Now let's take a closer look at the founder of the social media handle, Abhijit Dipke, a US-based AAP-leaning Tukde activist. He's an Umar Khalid supporter. He backs the Tukde gang. He also openly opposed the CAA and NRC.
एनआरसी करके आप यहाँ की जनता से उनके सर्टिफिकेट मांग रहे हो, डॉक्यूमेंट मांग रहे हो। अरे बेशरम, पहले अपनी डिग्री तो दिखाओ। नरेंद्र मोदी को बता दो, चाहे जितनी हड्डियां तोड़ दो, लेकिन ये देश नहीं तोड़ सकते। और आखिरी बात ये कहूंगा, नरेंद्र मोदी देश नहीं है, आरएसएस संसद नहीं है, और मनुस्मृति संविधान नहीं है।
His ties with the Aam Aadmi Party has also come into question. He worked as a campaign manager for AAP. With Arvind Kejriwal openly calling on Gen Z to create Nepal and Bangladesh-like anarchy in India.
अगर नेपाल का और बांग्लादेश का जेनजी सड़कों पे उतर के अपने देश की सरकारों को बदल सकता है, हमारे देश का जेनजी पेपर लीक करने वाले मंत्रियों को जेल नहीं भेज सकता है। मुझे अपने देश के जेनजी पे पूरा भरोसा है। ये देश आपका है। इस देश के नेताओं को इस देश में कोई इंटरेस्ट नहीं है।
And now this social media handle, built on the exact same Tukde framework, is it just a quasi-up handle? Should Abhishek Dipke come clean as the truth about him comes out in the open? Did he hide his real intent all along?
Okay. Savio Rodriguez and Sushil Pandit are on the debate. They believe Dipke should come clean because, you know, his engagement has gone down ever since I started doing programs, putting out his real facts, and, you know, the people have seen through this whole damn thing, and now people are actually wanting him to come clean. And Pola Rao is with us, Anmol Pawar is with us. I don't want any shouting today. I have all the facts with me. I compliment my research team, the reporters at Republic. They've done a great job on this. And I will just ask a few questions, and I want my questions answered. I don't want any speeches. So, in a city in Kansas, in the United States of America, called Topeka, Savio, Topeka, there are 1.26 lakh people. And from this city called Topeka, where there are 1.26 lakh people, there are 8.6 lakh followers of Dipke. Which means the Gen Z is in Kansas, in a city 1/7 the size of the number of followers, which means this is you and I, we are in the media, this is what we call a bot campaign. B-O-T and B-O-U-G-H-T. You have to have deep pockets, you can do this, right? So, which actually raises questions that this is fake from the start. It's really fake, right? This is a scam, it's a follower scam. 1.26 is the population of the city in Kansas. It's as if everybody in that city in Kansas 7 times over is only interested in what's happening in India. This was therefore a fraud thing going on, Savio, really big fraud. Fraud, right?
No, Arnab,
yes, Savio is going first.
Absolutely.
Lines are being opened.
I'm absolutely
Please join our expose of this scam.
Grateful that the Republic has decided to take the cockroach Janata Party piece by piece. Because in reality, they are worse than even the cockroach. At least the cockroach has some value in the life of insects. But this cockroach party is a fraud from the start. Their intent is to create division in India by creating this army of bots and individuals that have got very little to do with India. They have people from Pakistan, they have people from other parts of the world as part of this campaign. Why would, as you rightly said, why would people in Kansas be bothered about what is happening in India? This is a fraud, and the people of India must open their eyes to the reality that cockroach Janata Party is another tool of the
social media
fraud to divide this country, particularly the Gen Z. The intent is to target the young youth of India who feel that they need to get a voice. And this voice has come from a cockroach. Please remember, we are humans, not cockroaches.
No, the thing is,
we have to rise up to be.
You know, there's this thing is there is this journalistic has-been who speaks unprintable things, who has been saying that, you know, we must do an analysis of how this self-deprecatory behavior turned into a sociological phenomenon, blah, 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 blah. This dinosaur of journalism doesn't know the reality of how bot campaigns are done. I'm not naming anyone, not even the initials. What I'm saying tonight is this, that there is a country in Western Africa that speaks French called the Ivory Coast. Now, in this Western African country which speaks French, if we have to go by the statistics available on public platforms, there are 1 million followers of Cockroach Janata Party from Ivory Coast in Western Africa which speaks French. This can only happen if somebody is paid tons of money, right, Subrashta? You have to pay tons of money to buy this kind of traffic. You've done a digital media site. You know that you can buy traffic in Ivory Coast, Burundi, Malaysia, all over the world. They'll show you that your followers. It's all fake. Now, why would somebody in Ivory Coast be following Dipke? Why would somebody in a city in Kansas with 1.26 lakh population give Dipke 8.6 lakh followers? It's not possible. Have aliens taken over that city in Kansas? Now all the supporters of CJP are looking so stupid. I'm enjoying it a lot. They're looking so stupid. They're looking stupid. They don't know what to do. I'm not naming you, Pulla. Supporters of CJP are looking really stupid because, you know, we've done this deep dive tonight. I'm not talking Pakistan, Pulla.
Let me tell you what you have unearthed. If you go to those other big accounts also, most of them will be fake numbers.
Nah. You Dipke supporter, tell me about the Ivory Coast fraud.
Let me tell you, these are technical.
Technical. Okay, let me tell you one thing. What's the... Pulla, I caught you red-handed. I caught you. I exposed the Dipke scam. Now let me tell you one more thing, Pulla. 8.9 lakh in Ivory Coast, 8.9 lakh in Palestine, 8.9 lakh in Malaysia, and 8.9 lakh in Brazil. Is it possible? Unless you have given, say, $100,000
for Ivory Coast followers, $100,000 for Malaysia followers, 100,000 followers for Brazil followers, 100,000 followers for Palestinian followers. And maybe another 100,000 followers from that city in Kansas. But how does one person get access to millions of dollars?
Why does he get so many followers in India?
No, my point is, how do you get followers in Malaysia, Ivory Coast, Ivory Coast?
Why is he getting so many followers here? People are...
No.
You know, since Mr.
No, he has
Pullara
not
was
named this party.
What is this? This is such a fraud.
Janata Party is lucky. And when you were describing him, I thought he'd be some sinister character. Now I see his picture. He looks like a harmless fellow.
Why don't you understand? How do you get followers in French-speaking Ivory Coast?
I think Mr. Pullara is running short of words today. He wants us to feel sorry for this decay, but we need to understand that this party, this so-called political ecosystem, is an ecosystem where nothing is earned. Everything is manufactured. You know, these are like algorithmic insect colonies where stolen profile pictures emerge from nowhere, as if they're like termites getting out of damp wood. Half of these quote-unquote mass leaders are being propped up by follower factories.
One small
Today
thing.
you mentioned, Arnab, about the fact that I have done digital campaigns.
Why are you so afraid of him? Why are you talking so much about him?
No, I'm not afraid of him. I'm just explaining what this phenomena is. Who is afraid of termites?
Why are you worried about him?
No.
Mr.
Pullara, nobody is afraid of termites and cockroaches.
No.
You use lal hit for cockroaches. That's what you do. But in order to understand what a cockroach is, you need to understand the biology.
I'm saying that can anyone explain one question tonight? Savio and Anmol will come. You will not speak over each other. You're both loud and aggressive people. Kapil, 1 minute. I will allow you both to complete. I have a timer. On my phone, right? I'm going to time 1 minute each. My only question is, and my question must go answered, how come he has got 8 times the number of followers as the population of a city in a state called Kansas in the United States? And how come he's equally divided 8.9 lakh followers between Palestine, Ivory Coast, Malaysia and Brazil, unless he's pumped in millions and millions of dollars into them? It was told this is organic, this is not. You don't get 1 million organic followers from Ivory Coast. If you say you do, then I would say why not 1 million organic followers from Nigeria? Or 2 million organic followers from Libya? If you're saying that this is a global phenomenon, we're just looking at disaffected global people who can rant professionally, then why do you not get 1 million, 8.9 lakh followers from Venezuela? Or from Peru, or from Cuba? Why only from Ivory Coast? These are questions. You see, this is all proved to be a fraud. It's a bad fraud, and I know people who have supported this are looking very stupid now, but that's not my problem. That's not my problem. I give you 1 minute. Listen, when I say the time starts now, you'll also know when the time stops. Answer my question. How did the 1 million, 8.9 lakh followers get divided between Ivory Coast? What is it about the Ivory Coast? That unless this was 1 minute, let me get my timer. Yeah, relax. Now I've got my timer. All right. Okay. Yeah. 1 minute, please. No, I got the wrong watch. I put the stopwatch on. Reset. Okay. Your time starts now. Go.
Your investigation reveals that it is a fake campaign. That there are followers from US and Cuba and Norway
not US,
and other
Ivory
countries.
Coast.
Yes. But didn't your investigation reveal that paper leaks are destroying the careers of youth of this country, that paper leaks are happening everywhere, that 93 papers have been leaked in last 12 years, that unemployment has become a national emergency today, that people having degrees are sitting idle at their home, that student suicides are increasing, that more than 10 students have committed suicide.
Well, let him complete. No, I'm not interrupting. No, don't interrupt now. Let him complete. Continue. Unimpeded, volume down. Continue, 41 seconds.
He's getting
43 seconds. Continue.
Today, the reality is, and it's a very sad reality, that education mafia has hijacked this country, and this fraud BJP government is giving patronage to that education mafia. ये सारे के सारे बड़े मगरमच्छ जो सरकार में बैठे हैं, ये मिले हुए हैं. ये पेपर लीक माफिया से मिले हुए हैं.
Now my question.
That is the reality.
Lovely, beautiful, and just the right amount. I tell you. 1 minute. I first want to compliment our dear friend Anmol Pawar for being capable of bringing together the right volume in his voice, everyone on, the right amount of outrage, and the right level of emotion.
And please ask Dharmendra Pradhan to resign.
My only question.
Please ask Dharmendra Pradhan to resign.
Him.
The education minister must resign. Youth of this country wants the education minister to resign.
Thank you.
He is the most incompetent man in this government.
God, my ENT doctor. I'm going to call. I'm going to call my ENT doctor. I want to call my ENT doctor, who I called 3 days back, and he told me, Arnab, I'm taking a holiday. Do you need any advice? I said no. My throat is okay. Can you know?
Just because of the education minister of this country.
It's killing me. It's killing me. He's so loud. It's so loud. He's so loud. Viewers have pity on me. I call Dr. Samir Bhargav. He's a great guy. He's a fantastic ENT doctor. He's in Mumbai. I call him for any problem. I have a sore throat. I have a sore throat. I call him. I have a problem in my throat. I call him. I spoke to him a couple of days back. He said everything okay. I said everything okay. Doctor, I'm going to call you in 2 minutes. I'm going to call you in 2 minutes with a bad ear, because my Eustachian my Eustachian tubes have just burst because of this man's voice. I just want to know, can anyone tell me, Savio, how many people in Ivory Coast or in Palestine, this is a question, viewers, how many people in Ivory Coast, where he's got 8.9 lakh followers, in Brazil, where he's got 8.9 lakh followers, in Palestinian territory, where he's got 8.9 lakh followers, right, take the NEET exam? How many people in Ivory Coast take the NEET exam?
You know, Arnab, the funny part is zero. That's the number of...
Then how come everyone's following him from Ivory Coast, where they speak French and nobody takes the NEET exam?
You know, the interesting bit is this gentleman from the Aam Aadmi Party is getting so rattled. Why doesn't Aam Aadmi Party take up the issues that he's talking about? Do you need a fraud to do that? Why does Aam Aadmi Party have to come and support a fraud in such an activity? Aam Aadmi Party is a registered political party. They can take whatever route they want to highlight what they think are incompetencies in the current government. Why do they have to rely on a fraud? That is what I can't understand. Political parties like the Aam Aadmi Party coming to defend the cockroach Janata Party of all.
Hello?
What is the need for that? Is it their relationship with Abhijit? Is Abhijit a covert operation of theirs since they lost in the liquor scam? What is the real game? And more than the cockroach that they are wearing, we have to understand what is AAP's role in the cockroach Janata Party.
From a confirmed source that Siddaramaiah is quitting either tomorrow or day after, and DK Shivakumar is going to take over as the next Chief Minister of Karnataka. Just a little bit of breaking news.
And when is the Education Minister quitting?
DK Shivakumar is going to become Chief Minister by day after. And Siddaramaiah will quit. Siddaramaiah will quit either tomorrow or day after. Now, anyway, my question here is this, please.
When is Arvind Kejriwal quitting politics?
Yeah. See, my other question.
Sir, can I most incompetent Prime Minister, Education Minister.
Don't be frustrated because I exposed you guys. Remember, when they say who exposed CJP, Republic exposed CJP. Republic exposed CJP. Okay, now my estimation is now there's real numbers here, and I want to bring in Sushil and
and Kapil Madan. And Sushil is an incredible guy. He has understanding of media, politics, geopolitics, and he knows how the digital medium works. He's started media groups as well. Now, Sushil, we did a calculation here. Going by the presumption that this is a bot campaign, because it has 8.9 lakh, 8.9 lakh, 8.9 lakh, 8.9 lakh between 4 different countries, which is impossible otherwise. There would be an initial investment of about $4 to $5 million, right, in pushing this and sustaining the push, right? $4 to $5 million is a lot of money, like, you know, I would say like 4-5 crore rupees, right? Now, how can a student in the United States of America, I'm not asking, I'm saying someone's a student in Boston. How do you get access to that kind of money? Are there any benefactors who just believe in you and help you with this Cambridge Analytica type of push? The nation wants to know. Yes, please. Sushil.
Thank you, Arnab. I must congratulate you for picking up this very, very important issue, and there is a perspective to it. China is not the only country interested today in containing India, and Pakistan is not the only cat's paw for those countries who are interested in containing India. A few months back, a gentleman called Christopher Lando, Deputy Secretary of State, US, had the temerity to tell us to our faces in Raisina Dialogue that we will not commit, as in United States will not commit the same mistake as they did in case of China, to let India rise and challenge US in its vital key interests. Now put the dots together. We see a concerted attempt to bring color revolution in our country, just as we saw happen in Nepal, in Bangladesh, in Sri Lanka, where sometimes genuine, sometimes manufactured grievances are used to completely upstage a system, to completely sabotage a democracy from within. And which is why millions of dollars is only peanuts of investment in such
small
a program.
Amount.
And this is what we see are happening. There is no other reason to understand as to how come this so-called organic growth of a cockroach Janata Party could take place. And Savio's question as to why AAP is not able to do it under its own name, Congress is not able to do it under its own name, is because these are a discredited lot.
Youth and students of this
they don't have the credibility left to do it under their own name.
Why can't the government answer them?
They have to take a free ride on others.
They claim to stop Russia-Ukraine war, but they can't stop paper leaks. But they can't stop paper leaks.
Doctor, help me. My eustachian tubes have burst. And if it happens any longer, then the arteries or veins going in my brain will be affected. Please stop shouting. It is bad for my health. It's bad for my health.
Minister का इस्तीफा मांगो, देश बर्बाद कर दिया, दलाली करते हैं, भ्रष्टाचार करते हैं, पेपर लीक माफियाओं के साथ मिले रहते हैं.
Disrupt India and contain
the graph is
India
very important.
campaign.
Now, Anmol, on a serious note, on a serious note, Kapil and Subrashta are on now. Kapil and Subrashta are on. I just want to show one thing. See, I'm putting facts. You can abuse me, you can attack me, like those Delhi Gymkhana antediluvian dinosaurs who just came on my program just
Why can't you speak for the youth of this country? Why can't you speak for the students of this country? Why can't you seek resignation of Dharmendra Pradhan, the education minister of our country, who has destroyed the future of the youth of this country? Why can't you ask them that 93 paper leaks have happened in last 12 years? What were you doing?
My ear is
Why
open.
can't you ask them that if you can stop Russia-Ukraine war, why can't you stop paper leaks?
My left
Why
ear is
can't you
open.
question them? You are the voice of the country, Arnab.
Yeah.
You say the nation wants to know. Today the nation wants to know. Today the youth wants to know. Today the students wants to know. 50 crore youth are watching your show. पूछिए सवाल.
Thank you. Thank you.
Show them that your spine is intact. Show them that you have the courage. Show that the nation can be proud of you.
One minute. Now, will you be quiet? I'll say something now. Now, don't be a coward. Now, my point here is, see, I don't need to show anyone. I'll tell you why. You'll have to be quiet. I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. Because when for the last 7 days, okay, I exposed everyone and I asked questions to the Chief Justice of India, and I fought the police, the bureaucrats in a BJP-ruled state
on the death of Twisha Sharma, you and your leader maintained pin drop silence on Twisha Sharma, so you don't have the right to ask me anything. Now my next question is this. My next question is this. See, that graph is very important, Kapil. You know, that graph is showing what is a bubble activity. Now, bubble activity happens for paid campaigns. You see, this rises and falls. On the 22nd, it fell, and then he said, I have lost control over my account. This happens, ask anyone in the media, this happens when you bought money for 2 days. The money was spent during Marco Rubio's visit. So on the one side, Marco Rubio is saying, buy Venezuelan oil. On the other side, and from America, a paid campaign starts. Right? You see the link between the two? You have to see it. So, now, Kapil, this was a paid campaign. This was a paid campaign. This was a paid campaign. I have proved it. Can you explain to me why anybody in Palestinian territory would be supporting this? Can you explain this? Don't just explain this. Yeah.
Let me make a very rational argument.
No, you're not listening to the question.
No, I am listening to the question.
Why is anybody from Palestine getting into this as part of a paid campaign?
Can you at least allow?
Why are you not listening to the question? It's a tough question.
Should I listen to the question or should I not listen to the question? Please tell me.
You're not listening to the question. Why is someone in Ivory Coast a part of a paid campaign of CJP, as the data I have provided has shown? You must answer this question. Subrashta, that's a very pinpointed question. That's at the core of this. If this was a fraud from the start, and I have exposed this was a bubble activity fraud from the start, from a city in Kansas, where 8 times the number of followers as the population of the city joined this to add to the traffic. This is a bought and paid campaign from French-speaking Ivory Coast, Malaysia, Brazil. Topeka in Kansas, right? Then I'm asking you, what was this going on? And you thought you can fool people on this, all the data is out, right? And then on top of that, a graph showing it a bubble campaign which did not sustain. I've not even gone to the pro-Pakistan line of Dipke. I've not talked about that yet.
This was political drop shipping with outrage packages, trend packages, troll packages, fake verification ecosystems, where some account named John_7845 Kansas Patriot tweets from IP clusters that have never seen Kansas in their lives. You keep talking about these foreign destinations, Arnab. I'm telling you, this is just digital astroturfing. This is fake grass pretending to be a real ground movement. And you know, the public, the stupid public that you were talking about, who is sort of supporting these cockroaches. Oh my God, look at the traction. But this is not traction. This is noise with Wi-Fi. When will people here there was this whole rant about this government should have done that. You should have raised issues like that. My point is, you guys are political parties. No, why do you expect media to run campaigns for you?
Correct.
Where are these youngsters who you keep talking about? They are really angry at the system. Where were these youngsters from Bengal? It's not like unemployment.
पैसे खत्म हो गए, 2 दिन का कैंपेन था.
These youngsters are on the street.
2 दिन का कैंपेन था.
Where are they on the street, sir? Nobody is on the street.
Kapil Madan is on the debate on a versus format. After that, I'm coming to you. I will come to you after that. Yeah, okay, now, ladies and gentlemen. Kapil Madan, Kapil.
Even CJP volunteers.
Yeah, Arnab, I find it amusing.
Go back to the grid on the phone.
So let me first, Arnab, let me first begin my opening remarks.
It's ulta. You run ulta windows here. Come on now. Don't get the wrong windows. Production team. Yeah.
Now, Arnab, first thing I want to thank you for acknowledging that shouting is bad for your health. I think for the very first time you have acknowledged this, and I'm so glad that you finally realized.
I never said that. I said I lost my hearing today because of
No, you said it's bad for your health. I think.
Yeah. Anyway, get serious.
I think it's already affecting your health because you said it and you forgot within 5 minutes. But nevertheless, it's better late than never. Take care of your health.
Boring. Can you answer the question? Boring. Stop boring me like this, man.
Okay. Stop boring. I understand that. I understand when it's coming.
I'm not like your leader.
I'm
not like your leader. My intelligence is way over par. Your leader's encountered me once, wasn't coming away looking pretty. He didn't look pretty after that, let me assure you. He didn't look pretty after meeting me, right? You know who got bruised. Now answer the question, please. Thank you. Thank you.
Arnab, let me come to the point.
Thank you. Yeah, back to the point.
There's a very famous saying, Arnab.
Good for you.
If you don't like the message, you shoot the messenger. You don't have any problem in asking a question that, today our youth is facing issues.
Our youth is not in Ivory Coast, yaar. Our youth is not in Kansas. ये सारे followers इसके Ivory Coast, Kansas, Malaysia, Brazil. What nonsense is this? Why are the followers from these foreign countries? You answer that question. I gave you the details. Why did the bubble activity come to an end?
Why are you ridiculing our youth?
My youth is in my country. My youth is not in Kansas. His followers are in Kansas.
You are disrespecting.
Why are there so many followers in Topeka city in Kansas?
This cockroach movement is a satire. Please understand.
No. Now don't tell me about this satire. I want to know why the followers are in Palestinian territory.
I am sorry. I think you should take this opportunity.
Why are the followers in Palestinian territory?
Tendering an apology.
Why are the followers in Palestinian territory?
How many times paper leaks have happened?
Why are the followers in Ivory Coast?
No, you please.
Why are the followers in Ivory Coast?
I don't care.
You raise it legitimately. I'll tell you, Kapil. Now listen to me. You raised. I want to talk to you, Kapil. You listen to me for a minute. I want to talk to you. I want to talk to you. Listen to me. Listen to me. Come to me. Talk to me. Listen to me. Come to me. Talk to me. Savio, I have no problem. I have absolutely. Can I get the windows right, please?
Demand an apology from the education
minister. I have no problem at all.
Kapil,
no, please, yaar, Kapil.
No, please hold on.
Why don't you understand? I have absolutely no problem if you do a legitimate political campaign. But if there are 8.9 lakh people in Kansas, Brazil,
you please tell me.
Right, Ivory Coast, where else?
Forget Ivory Coast.
Malaysia.
I am concerned about
Malaysia and where else? Why are people in Malaysia doing this? You agree that money was paid, no? Kapil, money was paid. The proof is this was a paid digital campaign which must have cost about $5 million.
Arnab, there can't be any compulsion to defend BJP on this paper.
I'm asking you, it is a paid campaign.
Nation has very, very high expectations.
No, but this is a paid campaign.
Youth looks up to you.
No, it's a paid campaign.
Role model.
Thank you for making me the role model. I don't intend to be one. I am asking you, why? I'd be a better one than your 57-year-old leader. My question is,
be their voice. Why can't you be the voice of the youth?
Why are you repeating yourself?
Why can't you be the voice of the youth?
Why are you repeating yourself?
Why can't you be the voice of the youth?
Why are you behaving like this?
Why is this
why
CJP
are you nervous?
Why is Republic Media not?
Why are you
nervous? I am not nervous. I am absolutely.
Why are you staring you?
I am absolutely.
You're nervous today.
No, I am
because
sorry.
Arnab exposed this CJP thing.
Sorry, right? Arnab, I am little disappointed.
You're nervous today. Look at that graph. You see it went up and why didn't it sustain? You see what happens, viewers, volume down. I'll tell you what happens. When you pump in money, then during the period you're pumping in millions of dollars, the graph goes up. The moment you stop pumping the money, the graph goes down. Why was the money pumped in during Marco Rubio's visit? Savio. Why was the money pumped in exactly around Marco Rubio's visit? I want to know that. That's my only question tonight.
The problem with the Aam Aadmi Party and the Congress is that they don't have the confidence of the youth with them. That is the problem with AAP and Congress. That is why they need this fictitious fraud cockroach Janata Party to say they are talking about the youth. What have you done to the youth of this country? What have you done?
After Pulla, versus form.
Is doing about it?
Zilch!
Everybody has a freedom. Where is the party? Where is the political body? They can't oppose this.
Because all don't have a spine.
No, it is not that. Why are you so afraid of them? You are terrified of them. Why? Why are you afraid? This is such a bogus stuff. Why are you afraid? Why are you afraid? You have to tell me why you are afraid. It is a harmless cockroach, as you said. Why are you afraid? Why are you so afraid? Because you're guilty. You're guilty of government failure. There's failure of governance. Failure in education, failure in things. That's what you're guilty of.
Who cannot stand for the youth.
That man is raising these issues. You're guilty of it. There's unemployment. There's bad exams, bad education. And that's
we are a democratic country. And in a democracy, everybody has a right. Everybody has a right to stand up for what they believe is wrong.
Okay, we're calling in Subhash from Pune. We're calling in Subhash from Pune. Subhash, you there? Subhash? You there, Subhash?
Problems are there in India, but that does not mean you should instigate youth by fraud to burn India. This DIPK, if found fraud, shall be booked as per our constitution given by Dr. Ambedkar ji. India will crush cockroaches and their breeder.
Subhash, these people think that they can fool people. You got 8.9 lakh followers from a West African country that speaks French. I want to know, the nation wants to know, DIPK, how much money did you pay? Who funded you? Rajiv from Bengaluru. Rajiv.
It is not a pure coincidence that the name of cockroach, the zoological name is Americana periplaneta. It has got something to do with America. So that's my first point. But kudos to Arnab, you have done and your team, you have done a right research. And whether it was Mr. Pula and Mole, the couple, they will never come to the right wicket, they will never come to the pitch to answer. But how come these many followers from all different countries have got nothing to do with this?
How is a person in Ivory Coast interested in Indian politics?
Why not?
It takes
Why
money.
not?
Oh, why not? Why not? Why not?
Aren't you interested in what's going on there? Let that be. Why don't you set your house in order? Why don't you set your house in order?
Subrashta, now it's an acceptance. It's an acceptance that Ivory Coast followers are behind.
Why don't you set your house in order?
It costs money, sir. Where did the money come from?
Subrashta, set your house in order.
So what are you telling Subrashta?
I'm telling her, why don't you set your house in order, conduct good exams, give good governance, have good economics, have all of that.
That's why this fizzled off.
You can have different. I am completely with you when you say that the government should be criticized on many counts. But I'm sorry, it cannot be criticized via this, engagement farming and through troll packages, outrage packages, trend packages, etc., etc. Real political capital is built on booths. Real political capital is not imported bought army and midnight hashtag warfare. This is not how politics is done, or this is not how you take governments to task. At the end of the day, what we are basically telling me is that the tiny hyper online ecosystem should become ideology. It doesn't work like that, sir. By creating an illusion of consensus. By creating an illusion of consensus, you are basically making abuse activism.
You didn't spread out your petroleum sources. February 28th, you looked at the sky.
I understand. I might have agreed to come on the streets with you, Mr. Pullarao, but where is Mr. Pullarao at TJP? Why is
Okay, Krishnan from Chennai. Let's see where the debate is going. Krishnan from Chennai. Hi, Krishnan.
Hi, Arnab. Good evening and good evening, audience. Arnab, you have done a great job in exposing all these numbers, actually. It's really a fantastic one, actually. Now, I strongly feel that government should take over this and then investigate. NIA should be looped in to do a further investigation, whether it's a deep state interference or not. That's my fundamental point. The next point is, like the way how opposition always keeps saying, whenever even if BJP doesn't come forward, doesn't defend the election commission, they set a narrative saying that why are you defending the election commission? My quick question is, why Aam Aadmi is defending cockroach party, which is new to it? Okay, what is the need to defend
because they're working together. Because they're working together. I want to add one thing here before you answer. Very important point. I want to say that, Arvind Kejriwal also got a lot of funding from the Ford Foundation. Between 2000 and 2010, his NGOs received direct Ford Foundation funding. Kejriwal was also, I'm telling you, I'm telling you. I'm giving you the evidence.
Did
he not?
Do you think people of this country are fooled that they'll believe you?
No, I'm asking. Was Kejriwal associated with? Don't shout. Don't do this low level shouting. I'm saying Kejriwal was.
I'm saying I want to believe in Arvind Kejriwal.
तो वो तो मैं भी कह रही हूँ कि केजरीवाल ने मुझे 50 करोड़ ऑफर किए कहने का क्या है कहने को तो
You can't. The problem with the AAP is they've trained Anmol to shout. Trained Anmol to shout. Why are you getting excited? Why are you getting excited? I'm saying it again. Don't get excited. What is your association? How are you associated with Dipke?
We are not associated with him. There's no official record which says that he has taken membership of our party. How can you say that he's associated?
He's been part of your social media team. He said that on his Twitter. Are you seeing
Do you have any evidence?
Yes, his Twitter handle described him.
Why can't you?
His Twitter handle has described him as
an official spokesperson of the party.
Yes.
I'm saying that there's no membership record which reflects that he was part of Aam Aadmi Party.
Now that you've said this, let me respond. Please be quiet for
certainly.
a minute, please.
Sure.
And don't feel that if I'm making a point. No, one minute. Don't feel. No, one minute. Subrashta, I'll just say this. Don't feel when I'm making a strong point, it will destroy you. You have to speak over me. Ladies and gentlemen, during the 2020 assembly elections, right, he was described as a person from Pune who was behind the AAP social media transformation. He was promoting Arvind Kejriwal and reporting to the AAP IT head Ankit Lal. He was identified in reports and his own profile as in charge of the national social media coordination for AAP. He used the hashtag Delhi with Kejriwal. He was confirmed as part of the AAP's war room, and he was described in public and media reports as being at the forefront of the AAP's meme and parody offensive using films, ads and social media trends to push brand Kejriwal. And these are facts. Why are you disowning it? He's being disowned.
I'm giving you facts.
I'm
giving you facts.
Any of you viewers watching this can find out all these links and find out all. And look at the loving way in which he's put his head on Minister Soria. Is that an AI generated picture?
No.
Is that an AI generated picture?
So what you are
Savio, is that AI generated? They're also shaking.
When was this clicked? When was this photograph clicked? Which year?
Before he left.
Not AI generated.
In 2024. So you mean to say?
What is your link with
it? So you mean to say कि अगर कोई फोटोग्राफ खिंचवा ले, कल को अगर अर्नब गोस्वामी जी 2 साल बाद मोदी जी से परेशान होके एनी कॉकरोच जनता पार्टी और लिजर्ड जनता पार्टी और रेप्टाइल जनता पार्टी बना दे, मेरे साथ इनकी फोटो हो, would I be responsible?
Beautifully amusing.
Would I be responsible?
Why are you excited?
Yeah.
Why are you so excited?
अरे आप पेपर लीक पे जवाब दो, भाजपा के प्रवक्ता हो आप तो। पेपर लीक पे जवाब दो आप
तो बताओ।
पेपर लीक पे जवाब दो, कहाँ दलाली खाई है? देश के शिक्षा मंत्री ने कहाँ भ्रष्टाचार किया है? क्यों नहीं किया जा रहा रिजाइन उन्हें? इस्तीफा क्यों नहीं माना जा रहा उनका? प्रधानमंत्री इस्तीफा क्यों नहीं मांग रहे उनका ये बताओ? प्रधानमंत्री इस्तीफा क्यों नहीं मांग रहे? धर्मेंद्र प्रधान कब रिजाइन करेंगे? देश के बच्चों का भविष्य क्यों धकेल दिया?
आम जनता पार्टी को अभी कॉकरोच की जरूरत है।
शिक्षा माफिया के साथ क्या संबंध है? 50 करोड़ युवाओं का भविष्य क्यों खराब कर दिया?
अभी कॉकरोच जनता पार्टी
पेपर लीक माफिया
राजेश शर्मा फ्रॉम नोएडा।
अपराधियों की गिरफ्तारी क्यों नहीं होती? क्यों बार-बार सीबीआई इन्वेस्टिगेशन के आगे तहकीकात को बंद कर दिया जाता है? चार्जशीट दाखिल नहीं की जाती, अपराधियों को सलाह।
हेलो अर्नब।
Rajesh, go on, please. Rajesh, I want to hear from you. Subrashta louder, please, and Rajesh. Thank you. I need Subrashta louder and Rajesh live.
I am completely with the kind of activism that is happening on television channels by Aam Aadmi Party spokespeople day after day.
Louder,
My point is, why is
louder, yeah, fall back.
on the streets as a common man in the sweltering heat of Delhi? Why is he running away? Why has he outsourced his politics? Why has he outsourced his politics to just meme factories? Where is Arvind Kejriwal, the Aam Aadmi? Where is he? I'm sure these are very interesting issues which are being raised. But why cannot we have Aam Aadmi Party MLAs also for that matter? Whatever little MLAs they have, MPs they have, why can't they hit the streets in Delhi in the sweltering heat?
Rajesh Sharma is speaking. Rajesh Sharma, please. Rajesh ji. Rajesh.
Good evening. This Aam Aadmi fellow, you are asking about this cockroach kind of thing, and he is telling about the paper leak. My question to him, he is put as Sharabi CM on Punjab Vidhan Sabha. Why not he asking from his Sharabi Vidhan Sabha?
जबान संभाल के बात करो मिश्रा जी, समझ गए?
ये देखिए आम आदमी पार्टी का ये है चाल चरित्र। अगर कोई आम आदमी इनसे पूछते तो ये सीधे धमकी पे उतर जाते हैं कि आप अपनी जबान संभालिए, आप चुप रहिए। ये तो पॉलिटिकल, ये तो राजनीतिक लोग हैं। ये ऐसे गुंडे हैं जिनको हमें वोट देने की मजबूरी पता नहीं क्यों आई थी। आप कह रहे हैं कि आपके पास रिकॉर्ड नहीं है, डेटा नहीं है। 2013 में हम जैसे लोगों ने फंड किया था हमारा।
I want to thank you all, and I want to run the graphics I began at the beginning, because I just have one question to this Dipke fellow. Dipke, why are 1 million followers? Graphics. I just want to say, viewers, please remember that you heard it first. Why are 8.9 lakh followers of Dipke from Palestine, 8.9 lakh from Ivory Coast, 8.9 lakh from Malaysia, 8.9 lakh from Brazil, and 8.6 lakh from a city in Kansas, USA, which does not even have more than 1.26 lakh people? If this was a fraud from the start and a paid campaign, we need to be given some real answers. This is not a mess. This is a conspiracy. I'll see you tomorrow evening. Good night and goodbye.
जब अपना कोई मूव किसी को मूव करता है ना यार, फील आ जाती है। भाई तू अपना है, तेरा सफर मुझे भी करना है। तूने प्रूव कर दिखाया यार, एनीबडी कैन ड्रीम। मुझे लगा मैं नहीं, पूरा का पूरा मूवमेंट चल रहा है। Breathable fabrics, awesome comfort, effortless style, AD from the house of Arvind.
Amity University has one of India's largest merit scholarship programs for brilliant students. Over 9,000 students with 90% plus in their 12th boards are currently at Amity, benefiting from the culture of academic excellence and focus on research and innovation. To be with like-minded students who want to be successful, apply at amity.edu/scholarships.
Sir, what about safety from fire? Cable कौन सा लगाया है?
अरे केबल का क्या है, कोई भी चलता है।
यही चलता है, बाद में जलता है। 90% of the electrical fires are caused due to short circuit. Give lot of importance to consider fire safe cable. Ignamo, the fire safe cables from Dravid. Remember, business is safe if your cable is fire safe.
Join IIHM, International Institute of Hotel Management. To know more about ECHAT exam, call 98310 50,000.
I want to start with some very disturbing pictures that have come in of a so-called right-wing leader. His name is Sushil Prajapati. He is accused of
जब अपना कोई मूव किसी को मूव करता है ना यार, फील आ जाती है। भाई तू अपना है, तेरा सफर मुझे भी करना है। तूने प्रूव कर दिखाया यार, एनीबडी कैन ड्रीम। मुझे लगा मैं नहीं, पूरा का पूरा मूवमेंट चल रहा है। Breathable fabrics, awesome comfort, effortless style, AD from the house of Arvind.
Amity University has one of India's largest merit scholarship programs for brilliant students. Over 9,000 students with 90% plus in their 12th boards are currently at Amity, benefiting from the culture of academic excellence and focus on research and innovation. To be with like-minded students who want to be successful, apply at amity.edu/scholarships.
Sir, what about safety from fire? Cable कौन सा लगाया है?
अरे केबल का क्या है, कोई भी चलता है।
यही चलता है, बाद में जलता है। 90% of the electrical fires are caused due to short circuit. Give lot of importance to consider fire safe cable. Ignamo, the fire safe cables from Dravid. Remember, business is safe if your cable is fire safe.
In fact, very often I believe the only way to get justice in India is a media trial. So there's no reason for the media, if it's doing a good job of a media trial, to be on the back foot. In fact, the courts should stop making these overarching remarks about media trial and contemplate about one very basic thing. With the greatest of respect to the courts, when the other institutions fail, when people get let down by the system, when even the judiciary does not seem to be listening or raising a noise about issues, like in the case of Twisha Sharma, who does the public look to for justice, for raising their voice, for bringing something that's utterly false, illegal or wrong to public attention? It is only an
जब अपना कोई मूव किसी को मूव करता है ना यार, फील आ जाती है। भाई तू अपना है, तेरा सफर मुझे भी करना है। तूने प्रूव कर दिखाया यार, एनीबडी कैन ड्रीम। मुझे लगा मैं नहीं, पूरा का पूरा मूवमेंट चल रहा है। Breathable fabrics, awesome comfort, effortless style, AD from the house of Arvind.
Join IIHM, International Institute of Hotel Management. To know more about ECHAT exam, call 98310 50,000.
I want to start with some very disturbing pictures that have come in of a so-called right-wing leader. His name is Sushil Prajapati. He is accused of rape. After being in jail for 9 months, he gets bail, which means he's still an accused. He's an accused in a rape case. And the case goes back to 2025 when he took an LLB student to one place on the pretext of introducing her to a senior advocate. He drugged her drink and then he sexually assaulted her. He is still under trial for rape. He has not been released. But when he comes out, this rape accused, garlands are put on him as if he's some kind of a hero, as if he's achieved something great. Is a rapist to be celebrated, ladies and gentlemen? I ask you that question.
Okay, so there is a breaking news coming in and an indication that after that meeting, even though status quo was maintained for the time being, there is news that the Karnataka Chief Minister could formally step down on Friday. There is a possibility that Siddaramaiah tenders his resignation officially on Friday. And there is news that he could be, in the next 2 days, preparing grounds to hand over formally to D.K. Shivakumar, who could be the next Chief Minister of Karnataka. This is a breaking news update coming in. Siddaramaiah, after that meeting with the Congress High Command, has immediately left for Bengaluru, and he's likely to hold a news conference tomorrow. So we are waiting for an update. Both camps tight-lipped. They're extremely silent. They've been asked not to speak to the media, but we've been able to gather details. 28th of May is what most of our sources are saying. 28th of May is the day when Siddaramaiah could resign. D.K. Shivakumar could take over as the Chief Minister of Karnataka after that. That's a breaking news update. Handing it back to you for now. Back to the debate.
From the Republic Media Network headquarters, it's time for Arnab Goswami on the debate. Arnab Goswami on the debate.
On the show tonight, why I think you need to run a bulldozer over the Delhi Gymkhana. At 9 o'clock tonight, Deep State Dipke, why I believe DIPK could be part of a deep state operation. If there is one place where we need to run a bulldozer in this country, it is the Delhi Gymkhana. The whole thing is a crying shame. It is an abomination. It is a blot on our democracy. What is this imperialist institution called Delhi Gymkhana? It is full of people who have this socialist facade, but who have an Aga Khan life. It is the kind of people who wear Fab India, but who have a Monte Carlo existence. It is people who run NGOs about poverty, but who want to have lunch in a 27-acre government-subsidized farm. Shame on these people. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you this. Shubhankar Shukla cannot be a member of Delhi Gymkhana even if he applies. But Rahul Baba can, and probably is. They talk about sports. Neeraj Chopra can never think of being a member of Delhi Gymkhana. But some useless son or daughter of a nondescript diplomat can. Because, you know, they are born into privilege. And these frauds. I call this a scam, ladies and gentlemen, this Delhi Gymkhana, and I really believe we should run a public bulldozer over it. And when that bulldozer is going through the pillars of the Delhi Gymkhana, there should be a drone shot, so the telecast all over the country, so people see that this old, decaying, atrophied, pseudo-fake elite has finally been put in their place. They paid 1,000 rupees, ladies and gentlemen, for rent a year for 27.3 acres next to the Prime Minister's house. That comes down to 36 rupees an acre. Why? Because they have to drink whiskey. Because they have to have cheese pakoras. Because they have to gossip. And they have to create a little walled garden around themselves where they believe India is still in the 1950s. No, it's not. This whole Delhi Gymkhana set must be made to sit there when the bulldozer runs over it. And these people have so much money. Why do they need a club? It has apparently had Maharajas of Gwalior, Jodhpur, Maharajas of Jaipur, Maharajas of Kashmir, Maharajas of Udaipur, the Nawab of Bhopal as its members. First of all, there are no Maharajas today. This is one reason it should be destroyed. Second, if there are any present-day Maharajas, let them go and pay money to go and eat in a 5-star hotel. Why do they need to live off us? Why are they leeches on the system? Why do we pay taxes? So these people get away. They have enough money. They were paying 1,000 rupees as rent and now they are complaining. Privy purses went away a long time back. But this rotting, decaying, stench-filled symbol of fake privilege must also be removed. We demand it. And why should Supreme Court judges who talk about egalitarianism be members of such an institution? These are straight questions. They should not mind. Ladies and gentlemen, the very existence of the Delhi Gymkhana, this kind of an institution, is a scam. We need to bulldoze it. The bulldozing of the Delhi Gymkhana must become a national event. Hashtag bulldoze Delhi Gymkhana. Now let's debate.
It is a British Raj relic. At the center of Delhi Gymkhana scam, the numbers tell you the scale. In one of the most expensive piece of real estate in India, the elite club members are paying a token amount of just 409 rupees that the club pays per year to the union government. Attempts at course correction have been met with resistance, leading to pending dues of 47.59 crore rupees as of April 2026. The Old Boys Club spans across a sprawling 27.3-acre plot. This is almost twice the size of the new Parliament building and over twice the size of Indian Prime Minister's house. This is not just a club. It is a symbol of hereditary privilege running across generations.
I am a reciprocal member. My parents are members, my grandparents were members. I had crossed the age of 21, so I had to apply from another club to get membership. So these are rules, everyone was following rules.
Membership here is not about money alone. It is about entry into Delhi's inner circle. A place where bureaucrats, defense officers and the capital's power networks crossed paths. The membership follows its own formula, with elite factor being one's entry pass, with waiting periods stretching from 30 to 40 years. It's a guarded green card system, where access stays mostly with the already connected. The government decision has broken out a debate on privilege of few versus imperatives of the state and national security.
In fact, this can be a very powerful message that we can send. And I strongly suggest that the bulldozing of every single part of the Delhi Gymkhana should be made into a nationally televised event, so that this fake, old, decaying elite can watch as we destroy their lounge clubs, their luxury cottages, their swimming pools, the places where they had their memories of drinking and having cheese pakoras. The cheese pakora lifestyle has to end, and it is gone, I can tell you. By the way, I'm joined by Abhishek Tanka. He's a member of this horrible thing called the Delhi Gymkhana Club. Abhishek, how long have you been a member?
Well, I've been a member for the last 17 years.
And is there anyone else in your family who's a member?
Yes, my family is a member, but...
can you tell me, when did your family become a member? When did your family become a member?
1998.
So, as the son of a family member, you become a member?
I'm not a member. I'm a club user.
That's same thing.
Same
thing.
No, it's not.
No, it is the same thing. How did you... I'm told that if you're a child of a member, you become a club user, which gives you effectively the same right. And how fair is that in India? Why is Shubhanshu Shukla not a member? Why is Neeraj Chopra not a member? Why was Lalu Prasad never a member?
If they were to apply...
If they were to apply, no, they would not to apply.
They would.
Why was this horrible thing paying 1,000 rupees as rent? Why was it paying 1,000 rupees as rent?
Well, that is a contract of the government of India.
What contract? What contract, government of India? Is it fair? You have 27 acres for 1,000 rupees to have cheese pakoras.
I would let the courts decide the fairness of the charge.
No, I'm talking logic. The courts also listen to logic. Have you not seen my expose of Twisha Sharma, which the Supreme Court is listening to?
If they were to increase the lease rate, we would of course have to comply. And if failing which...
No, that's not happening. It's over. It's closing down. Lockdown.
No, that's not what the court said today. That's not what the highest law officer of the government didn't say that. He said that we will pursue the law.
He has to learn to read also and listen also.
Yeah, you have to pursue.
Are you a member? Why are you getting senti about it, Renu?
I'm not getting sentimental.
No, I'm asking.